in the right position there. I can't see if I'm in the right position. Colour stuck. Sort of around there. Fucking. Oh, the fucking nightmare when you're doing it in the mirror. It's not a mirror, it's the thing, isn't it? Colour's upside down. Not upside down, it's not pulling down. Sugar hair, do it for upside down. Fucking useless I am. That side I can't do that. My lens fucking. Emma! Emma! Get out of my top. Stop me head. Freedom, you okay? Ignorant bastards, yeah. Freedom. Don't spam, you okay, mate? Say, Mac, you okay? Right. Peter the Box, you okay, Peter? Carol, hiya, Carol. I haven't seen you for ages. How are you doing, Carol and the kids? Are you okay? Ryan, that's a good name, isn't it? Ryan John David Jenkins. Elmo Biker. Biker Grove. You know what I mean? Everyone's okay. Let's see, well, Sandwich Tea Biscuits 78. Love you too, mate. That's good at this channel. Everyone loves each other on here. There's no bullshit. There's no bullying. There's nobody calling each other. There's no screaming and shouting. There's no arguing. There's no he said, she said, he said, like little fucking Les Dawson and fucking Laura Batty. Fucking still made in his top. I can't fucking you can't see. I can't do my hands fucked on this hand. I can't work it out. I've passed there about 8 times. I've shouted yet. Okay, now I'm an audits. It's what I've got to put up with. But evening, mate, in the chat. Carol's that's the mother of Lee Duffy's children, that lady there. Absolutely lovely lady she is. Come to see me and Emma when we were poorly, when we had COVID. She couldn't come in, obviously, with bad. She put up about £100 with me. Twice she came up on her own in a taxi, and she's not well. And when I was in the hospital, she was making me bacon sandwiches and bringing them to the hospital for us and stuff, because the food in the hospital, no disrespect, it was fucking disgusting. They were sneaking me in there. Hairdressers, they cut my hair and stuff like that, and they were sneaking me in there. Tina Shaw come as well to see us. They brought me Chinese. The security guards were letting me stay downstairs with everyone. So there was sometimes 10, 15 people getting in, because on the night time we were all sitting there having a coffee where the machines were. It was great in the cup, but the North Tees was fucking awful. North Tees is fucking horrible hospital. That's the West Hospital in Great Britain. I'm not being disrespectful to the staff in there. It's not their fault. It's the government. They should have bought the £1 million hospital, the £1 billion hospital they're supposed to buy. What was money more important in people's lives? So when I was in there was a woman in there. She was about 65-year-old, and she was a nurse. And I said, "Hey, I love you." I'm just really peed off today. She had pissed off. But lovely woman she was. She said, "I'm just sick of it." She said, "I'm not coming to work to pay for me to park my car." I went, "What do you mean you have to come to work? I don't understand what you mean." She went, "Well, do you know when you come to work? So you go out to British Steel, you just park your car in the car park, or you go to school. You don't pay at a school, do you? Places like that, or you don't pay. Like, let's say you went to a car park in a certain place like shopping centres. Now they don't pay for them, do you? Really, only the council again. So you go to work as a nurse, and you have to pay every day to park your car up while you're working. But you didn't know that, did you? I think it's fucking disgusting. Doctors and nurses, well, mainly the doctors not so bad because they get a fortune, but nurses are struggling. The money they get. Don't forget, it's 51 on. Don't forget to push the like buttons, which is the thumbs up. It helps to do the trolls heads in. We certainly are doing the heads in now. The amount of views we get and the amount of chat back off everyone, they're loving it. Tad can't man your videos on Paul's site. What can I say that, mate? Trade cat man. Your video on Paul Sykes brought me here. I can't see where he's at. I've lost him. That's not Paul Sykes. Could be a troll, that. Mark Emerson. Hello, Mark. Have you been all right today? You've been driving, you've been doing your lorry driving. So I was saying, so they're having to go to work every day to park the car up and then pay for the car park where they're at in the North East Hospital. That's fucking disgusting. I think all the hospitals are doing it now. So that's been the policy for the last few years. All true, mate. Yeah, freedom, trap man, all true, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. Freedom, you're right. Yeah, it's all true, 100% about him. He was a horrible, horrible, horrible man. I'll tell you some stories about him. You want me to tell you some stories? I'll tell you some stories. Well, obviously, we won't mention that arseway because we're going to start mentioning Mark Emerson and Freedom and Peter DeVox and everyone saying we're only hang on audits. Carol, Emma, Bobby, Eli, Wolf are saying don't even mention his fucking name. Don't even give him any names whatsoever because that's giving him credence because then we're talking about him as we do now, but we're not mentioning his name, so giving him any credence score. We're going to fuck him off because he's just a waste of space. So we're going to what I've been doing, he's been sending me shit for. He's trying to get me, like Steve Mack said, he's trying to get me to say something. So he goes, right, that's why I'm under this fucking stupid release under investigation because I'm still getting investigated by the police. So if I do something, say I grab something today, somebody throws a punch at me and I punch them and I end up breaking somebody's nose or just even slapping them or grabbing them or shouting at them and straight, I'll be remanded at home house. I could be on fucking release on investigation for fucking years while I'm in no house. That's what they're trying to do. It's embarrassing to start to say they're trying to get you to say something else. So what you've said, you were in a wheelchair when you said it as well. So he knew you were in a wheelchair and he knew you couldn't do nothing. So you didn't have the means. And I spoke to another firm down London the other day, solicitors. They went, no, you have to be able to do what you said. And if he's shouting to you after you've said you're supposed to have said this, and he said you're supposed to be frightened of you, and he's shouting, I'll fight you, win, lose, or all that shit. He said that proves you can't be scared of you. So how could he be scared of you when you go in front of a judge or a jury and say, well, here he's there, look at the disgusting behaviour. No wonder he said what he said after these windows went through. So that's the great thing. So since I've heard that lady tell me that, she went, it's called in the heat of the moment, it's called, or in the minute. I think there's two versions of it. And it means it's, you're being poked like with a stick, like a dog. If you keep kicking a dog, it's going to bite you in the end. They'll say, well, why did the dog bite you? Well, I kicked him out 300 times. Well, no fucking 100 bit, yes, so you wouldn't get the dog for under. Or if somebody was like bullying the kid at school every day and then the kid ended up fucking hitting him back, getting punched every day off, and the kid like lashes out. Well, it's on camera, look there, he's hitting me about 25 times, he's hitting once, so it just get kicked out. And the stuff where he's saying, he said, she said, he said, that's called heat, it's called tit for tat. So if somebody's shouting ball at you and you shouting ball back, the prosecution get it and go like that. Crown Prosecution Service, they go, this is a tit for tat case. He said this and she said that and he said this, he said that. It won't go to court. But they're just dragging it on the police, aren't you, Cleveland police? We know you're all watching to try and trap me into doing something stupid, but you're not going to get that. I'm not going to let all these people down. Paul Sykes bought me, mate. I said, yes, thanks, mate. Finish tomorrow. Yeah, good lad. Been a tough weekend. I'm knackered. Yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to just take your shoes off, relax, sit back. Nice red hot bath tonight. That's the best thing in the world. Red hot bath. It's the heat that actually the hotter. What you got to do is when you get a hot bath is get in the bath. Carol's great idea. Carol Edwards. She said, get yourself a blanket. What do you call them? I can't remember the name of fucking blankets. Where you put them on a heater when they go on the bed. Lost. My head's fucking fried today. So you get one of them, and they're only something like 8 pence an hour or something, Carol said. 8 pence an hour. So you put it on your bed. Even the daughter, Olivia, love you. She's a lovely kid. Olivia, her granddaughter. That's Lee's granddaughter as well. No fucking hell. No one will get no idea of them as long as I've got fucking breath in me fucking body. Promise Lee that in my prayers every day and night, daily. No one will get to them. They have to go past me first. So the documentary was made Unhinged Hero, your videos, Open Eyes, about what a monster he was. Yeah, well, he used to go into the pubs. I know I've told you this before, but just for speak on son. Our friend Dale Brendan Hyde. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do now. Just for that now, I'm going to get Dale Brendan Hyde's version of what he was. Now, Dale was a great bare knuckle fighter. He was the nicest man you could ever meet. He had a heart of a lion. Lovely lad. He used to have his own, it was the old school underground, the old, like I used to do, where you bite the fucker's head, but just like everything goes. He was in all that type of stuff, and he had his own boxing people. So he did a book with him, and he tortured him as well. So Dale come on our show and told us the stories. He was telling us where he goes into a pub in Wakefield, Sykes, and he's bullying all these people in the pub. And there's a lad there, you get a lad. Speedy was the same. I know quite academic, 20 lads now who you would not fuck about with. There's quite a few from Park Endway who used to work for me, would just fucking shoot you. Wouldn't give a fuck how big you are, wouldn't give a fuck how many people you got behind you. Speedy's waiting, he's waited in a wheelie bin waiting for people with a fucking double barrel shotgun to shoot them. That's how game he was. He didn't give a fuck, he'd just shoot you. He wouldn't give a shit about the jail. And he would never graft, he was never a snitch. So again, this kid was in the pub, was like a bit like Speedy, who was from Stockton, he used to work for me, he got shot to death. And east side way, that way between Groveville, the other side from Groveville, he got shot near there in Groveville, got blasted with a shotgun, killed outright. Another one of my friends got killed. That was everyone what stabbed to death or shot to death, all been murdered. So Sykes went into this pub and he started picking on this lad, and the lad just went, yeah. And he turned on his fucking, them little stools you can put like a footstool. He's picked that up and just smashed Sykes right in the face with it, broke his jaw, and then bashed and broke his leg with it. I think he broke his leg and jaw, I think. So Sykes got out of whatever hospital about, say, 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later, with his legs healed and his jaws fixed. And he seen that lad in the street and he walked on the other side of the fucking road when he seen him. Wouldn't go anywhere near him because he knew. He said, he'd fight you, Brian, this is how good he was. He'd even fight you. He knew that when you're at your best, he'd still fight you 10 times out of 10. He'd beat 10 times out of 10, but he'd still fight you. It was that game. But he'd come back and shoot you, or he'd come back and stab you. A bit like him off the Sopranos. Not Sopranos, off Goodfellas. If you come to, no, was it Heat or Goodfellas? Was it Heat? Yeah, it was Heat. No, was it Heat? No, wasn't Heat. What was the one in the hotel? I mean, that one, it was the one with the hotel where they were in that one. Heat was the armed robbery one, wasn't it? So I think it was Goodfellas. Yeah, it was Goodfellas. So if you come to win with a fist, he'll come to you with a fucking knife. If you come with a knife, he'll come with a gun. If you come with a gun, you better kill him because he'll just keep coming and coming and coming. And that's what Speedy was like. And this is what this lad was like. So then he had another fight with another lad in Sykes in a place called Leeds, massive town Leeds, with a man called Terry Mitchell. Terry Mitchell fucking absolutely battered him all over Leeds. And I mean, completely battered him to a pulp. Smashed his face to pieces, absolutely booted him all over, stamped all over him, made a mess of him. Sykes never went back to Leeds after that. That's the cowardliness of him. So when Lee Duffy was in Borstal, and Lee got transferred from the Borstal because he was fucking massive. He went in the Borstal, a young lad. He came out and fucking massive. And he came out and he had a six pack and he was fucking huge. So it was too much for the Borstal screws. So they said, right, put him in there. I think he was about 21, something like that, Lee. Just going to 20 or 21. So he's gone to the big jail, which is Durham. So Sykes was on the wing. And he was on the cleaners. Basil Mann was in there. Basil Mann was in the same time. I think John Layton was in there as well from Groveville. It was 5 or 6. So I think Speedy's brother was in there as well. And there's a couple of other people that I knew from Durham were in there. So Taffy Lewis was he's from Wales, but he lived in Newcastle. He was there. Mark Davison, he knew about him as well. So Duffy's coming through. And the lads went, hey, Lee, nice one. So because Lee loved the Borough lads. No matter where you went from Borough, he'd be straight over to help you. You always help them. No matter if you were that big, or if you were that fucking big, he'd help you, He said, all right, lads, all right, Tommy, all right, John, all right, whatever, all the names he's talking to him. Hey, so he went, that Paul Sykes is in here. He said he's molesting his child on me twice at least. A couple of more kids been telling him, he said, he's grabbing people and raping them in the cells. He's telling them, he said, you want it the easy way, where you take half ounce of baccy and you let me have sex with you, or take the hardware and break your jaw, knock you out and fucking rape you. That's what that animal was doing. And that scumbag author's written books about him, pretending he wasn't what he was. So anyway, he's going through. So Lee's coming through. It's the dinner time. So Lee's coming through. He's been brought from the boss. So he's coming through. And then the lads all talking to him. So as he's coming through, Sykes is coming off. Sykes used to go down. You see him in the prison thing. The daft cunt squatting like 50 pound, that daft cunt did the author. £50 plate each. It was about £250 he's got. And he's got the record in now. And you see me the week curling over 100 kg, EZ bar curl on my bar in my day. I could do 320s each time, which was like 140 pounds. He was trying to squat about 300 pounds. He was only going down about 4 inches. Fucking shit. He said he had the record. Absolutely shite. So anyway, he was in there, and you see him. He used to go boxing. He could box because he fought for the British heavyweight title. But he was a bully. So the young kids told Lee, went, he's what? And he couldn't believe it, Lee. So anyway, the dinner thing's gone. And they have to go to the cells there. So he shouts. So Sykes is on one side with about 4 screws coming through. And Lee's on the other side, just took 2 screws stood with him, just coming through. But they were on the wing anyway. So it was on the air wing it was. So they were on the air wing there. So Sykes was the cleaner of the air wing. So Duffy's walking through. He went, hey, yo, nonce. He went, who are you fucking talking to? He shouted, Sykes. Like, I said, fuck over there. I mean, you want one. Come on, big man. Screaming at him, coming over words like that. Lee's going to have a fight. And he's ran to the screws and in the corner like they did with fucking when he went in the ring with fucking John L. Gardner. He turned his back in the 6th round. He packed in, he shit himself. So Lee's trying to fight him. There's 4, 5, 6 screws on Lee's side. And Sykes has just stood there and he's not even trying to walk forward. He's just stood. He could have got through and had a go. And there's only 2 or 3 Sykes to walk Sykes up the other side and put him on another wing. So they put him on the wing. So when they've had the dinner, like I say, they're in the cells, they're all shouting at the window. So they start fucking, like when you score a goal, like say Newcastle score and go banging on the doors like that. They're all going, Lee Duffy, banging on the doors. About fucking 50, 60 young kids all at the windows. Duffy, Sykes' ass has gone. Sykes shit himself. Sykes shouting out the windows. Everyone in Durham, all the screws were over the moon as well because he was bullying the screws as well. So they said, and then the screws used to shout, watch your back, watch your back. Watch your back. Sykes, watch your back. Used to shout that to him because he turned his back on John L. Gardner. And John L. Gardner was an exceptional boxer, don't get me wrong. But Sykes, he only had 10 fights. The way he goes on, he was fucking this well class. Every fight he nearly lost. Most of the fighters were shite he was fighting with. And when he fought John L. Gardner, he just went like that. My mate had China had £10,000 on him. And he turned his back in the ring like that and give up. Like proper give up like a coward. I'd rather get knocked out and have a go than stand there like a coward and I'd rather go down like a man and get knocked out and shake his hand and say, right, you beat me, and say, just giving up like a coward on your knees. Like, please don't hit me like a little baby. But that's what he was like. So when I went to Wakefield, Paddy Conroy confirms this. Lee Duffy was very good friends with Paddy Conroy, even though I don't get about Paddy Conroy. He was very good friends with him. He was padded up with him a few times. So he said the same. So what happens? We got a debt to go through, me and Dave Garside and him. So he took us through. So 1991, I think it was, something like that. So it goes through, and he owes this man called Dave, he was called, and he was like an Arthur Daly type character, buying and selling stuff. So it goes through, and we had these 2 jade elephants that they were from something like the Ming Dynasty or something like, I don't know exact thingy, but they're worth 20 grand. That was fucking 30 odd years ago. They're worth 20 grand. So he'd got them took off him. So we've gone through. So I've gone in the pub with Dave Garside. Conroy's outside in the car, looked through the window, and Conroy said, the arsehole's wife came on his side and said, is it true that you went to Wakefield with Brian Cockerill and Dave Garside and did Brian Cockerill offer him out? He said, look, that is 100% fact. It did happen. I've seen it. Not once. He got Brian offering him twice. He was that scared, he said. He didn't even look Brian in the eyes. He didn't have the bottles to look him in the eyes. He just dismissed him like that with his hands. He just wouldn't fight him. So I went into the pub and went, get outside, you. Come on, me and you outside. Get outside. But I was fucking huge then. A T-shirt. I was monstrous. And he just went, no. It was like that, no. And he said, when I looked at him right in his eyes, I could see he was a fucking coward. He looked down at the table, and at the table, I kid you not, on my dad's grave, was passed away, and he was buried on the 28th of December. On his grave, he had a kid with him, about 16 years old. Looked to about 14, 15, but he was about 16, 17, I'd say. A tiny little kid, little skinny thing. So I like young boys. That's why I liked. You've got to remember this. He was very intelligent. He written his own book. That book, what that fake author written, all he did was get that book from 1972. He pinched it. But not pinched it. He went and got it. And he got his sister, Paul Sykes' sister, to write over the book and award the book to him so he could do the book. But he promised that lady, I'll give you 50% of the book. That woman never got one single penny. Paul Sykes' sister never got a penny. Not one penny. Or the woman, Kath. Now, he was just saying he was never a rapist. Well, when he's talking on the Jimmy O, he says when he was in Wakefield, this is the author talking to Jimmy O'Neill's show. If you look on the Jimmy O'Neill, Steve's official public talks got it on his channel. He said when he was I was there, we were there the day me and Maniac were there, and he said when he was the best swimmer in the world, I went, you can't have been the best swimmer in the world in 1972, 3, 4. That's pop. I said what do you call him? What's that fucking hell? Dave. I can't be saying his name now. He was the best swimmer in the world anyway. Was it Mike or something? I can't remember his fucking name now. Anyway, he was the best swimmer in the world. He won 7 gold medals at the Olympics in America. 7 gold medals in the Olympic pool. And I said, how can he beat him? And he was the world champion. He went, oh, you'd easy beat him. Not talking shit off his head on shit. So then what happened is he turned on and said, oh, when I spoke to his sister, she told me something. He said, look, I can't put that in the book. This is what I was telling the people on the podcast. I can't put that in the book. He said, I can't put that in. And what it was, he wouldn't tell the people because he knew they wouldn't buy the book. So I pulled him on the side when we went out for a quick coffee, like halfway through the break. We were there for about 3 hours with Jimmy O. So he did his first big talk. And anyway, I've got out to talk. I said, what did he ask? He went, she said, I wish I had a big, strong brother, which I did have, who would come in the bedroom, would come in the house and give me a cuddle and love me and be a big brother. I wanted to love me, not the monster who used to come in and rape me nearly every night. He raped his own sister over and over again, a dirty bastard. He was known for doing it. So he said, no, he was never he never did out with kids and all that. So about 20 minutes later, he's talking, he goes, oh, when he was there in Blackpool, he was like a hero. Well, he would be, wouldn't he, if he'd have played for a British heavyweight title and you didn't like working in the doors and stuff down there. Like I was a Mardy. People looked up to me and said, oh, there's my Cockerill and come over and talk to you. So you're well known, you get people to talk to you. So young lasses, so he said he got introduced to these 2 young lasses, 13, 14-year-olds. So I thought he was going to say, oh, he took them to the Blackpool Tower, he took them out for the day, he took them to the beach, he taught them how to swim. And I said, what did he do then? Jimmy said with him, Jimmy O, he went, oh, he just had a threesome with him. I went, so I said to him later on, I said, well, isn't that rape? If she's 13-year-old, he said, yeah, but he was I think he was 30-year-old or something at the time, 30-year-old. I said, but that's still rape, Jim. He said, no, it isn't because they give consent. I said, it's still rape. If you're 16-year-old or over and you give consent, it isn't then. But if you're under 16 and you're an adult, you get charged for rape. So there's 2 he had. And then in his book, he read 1972, I think the book was written. He said, I love schoolies, meaning schoolgirls. He said, I shouldn't have put this in my book. It's probably going to get me in trouble in the future. But that's what he put in his own book. So he changed the book. He got the book and changed the bits out with the school kids and all that stuff. But he admitted that he was having sex with a 13 and 14-year-old. He said, then he bumped into another girl who was 15 and he was having a relationship with her. So there's 3 kids who was having sex with 3 kids who was having sex with underage. So there's 3 rapes straight away. So how many times did he have sex with them? But one of them was called Kath, and he actually got her pregnant. And he ended up marrying her. He got her pregnant. She was only 15. She was 14, I think, when she got pregnant. She was 15, but he'd been seeing her. He used to pick her up from the school in the car and that. So, and known he was always at the Dale said he was always at the school picking kids up. So he was just known for it. Yeah, fucking disgusting. Yeah, he's just thought about you, boss mate thinks. The cat man, you think there was really no turning back for him, like a proper mental. Yeah, he was fucking mate. He was just a fucking yeah. Yes, to see the thing is, if you're getting things like somebody's making things up about you, and people know like fucking shit about me, shit about Steve Max, shit about fucking, we know it's bullshit. But when thousands of people from all different prisons are telling you like the big like gang like that, he came on problem and said he was known for raping kids. He was fucking known for them, and even he backed me up. Even though we're looking to carry on the head with him, he come on. He said, "Yeah, Brian did offer him out. It wasn't once, it was twice." And he went another time with Teddy Richard, and she went, "All right." He said, "And what about?" She said, and just Shirley went, "Oh, just to let you know, Paddy, Jamie hasn't got any recordings of Brian talking about Viv Graham. There's never been any recordings, but I never sat with him talking about Viv Graham." So that blew that out of the water, because he kept saying he got the tinfoil tape. So she grassed him up again, his own missus. Thank you, Shirley, for that one. So there never was any recordings on my dad's grave again. There's never ever. If there was out, you know him, all you know him. If he had any recording of me talking, he went to the police and got the police. I'd have been charged. I'd been locked up. He's never got nothing on me. I wouldn't. You honestly think my IQ's through the fucking roof that I would let a little sniveling little rat like him out with me? But they're asking me. But he done that to loads. He asked Terry Dick, he went, "Have you killed anyone, Terry? Who killed this one? Who killed that one?" He did it to a lad in Liverpool. He did it to a lad in Birmingham. He did it to a lad in Leeds. He's done it to people in London. Well, asking people about murders and that. So we all know the right ones them for, so you can grasp people up. Yeah. So what happened is later on, me and Dave Garside, we had a couple of fights. We ended up shaking hands in the end and being okay. So Dave said, "I got a job there, Brian." He said, "It's 1,200 quid. No, 1,200 quid in 1991. So it's a lot of money now. 1,200 quid." He said he took it's him again. Sykes, he's took £1,200 off a young lad. And does it for a gear, I think, this lad. Racing lady, you're a legend. We love you all the world. She's lovely. She's one of the nicest ladies you could ever come across there. Lovely, Emma and me love her. She's a lovely person. What a lovely heart she's got. So when he started training, it must have been 14. He's had to miss that, mate. Sorry there, mate. Mark Spitz, that's it, Mark Spitz. Yeah, Mark Spitz was a world champion. That idiot was trying to say he could beat. That's how deranged that cunt is. He knows nothing about fucking nothing. Mark Spitz, he said, he said he would have easy beat Mark Spitz. I said, you're talking about an Olympic world champion, like win by a millimetre of a second. You're like that. You know, that's how close they are. And he's saying that cunt. So I said to him, he said, yeah, he was the best swimmer. He used to swim every day. And I said, right, let's get this straight here. Let me just get this straight here. And Jimmy always laughing his head off. So he said, you tell me who, Brian. He said, right, he did 21 years out of 24 years in jail because he was a predator like a shark. He liked the kids. He was in there infested with little kids and everything. So he loved to be in there. That's why he kept committing more crimes because he loved it in the jails. Now, when I went to jail, right, I went to 9 different jails. I never ever seen an Olympic swimming pool to swim in or any swimming pools. So where did Sykes train to be the better swimmer than Mark Spitz? Well, Mark Spitz was training every day of the week in fucking the best swimming pools in the world. So how could he swim Mark Spitz? And where was the jail where they had the swimming pool? And I said to him, and he just went bright red. His face went bright red. He knew I had him by the balls then. He fucking crank. What's it on, Brian? Other video. Yeah, mate, you can see there's loads on there, mate. There's loads and loads of stuff. There's tons of stuff on the bottom. Yeah, and what happened there, we went to see him, and Dave drove the car. No, Terry Rich. Terry was a good boxer years ago. Passed away now. He was a good boxer, the two Richardson brothers. They used to box in the Catholic club. Really good fighters. I used to knock around when I was a kid, and he looked after me when I was only 30. I was about, what, 8-9-year-old, and Mick Sorby and all them. They used to look after me when I was a kid. I used to knock around with all them when I was a kid. And go to the beach, we'd go swimming in our softs when we were kids, and really looked after us. So we went through. There was me, Dave Garside, and Terry Rich. So we're driving through, and we go off. I've told you the story, but people love it because it's funny. So I was just under 24 stone. I was fucking monstrous at the time, and I come in we went in this site. You know these Marklows are about them fucking cappies where you pull on the motorway, the fucking greasy spoons, but they're the best fucking breakfast, and you fucking fill you up the fuck. You eat all sorts of 6 slices of bread, 6 sausages, 6 fucking pieces of bacon. Fucking, she's going, he can eat, can't he? She went. He said, what it is? He said, she went, he's big. For the rest of us, she said, he's big about Dave because Dave Garside was 6'2.5" and 18.5 stone. His height and his weight. And then Terry was about 20 stone, he's about 6 foot. And she went, bloody hell, she said, look at the sides of him, look at his back, look at the sides of his back, she said, as I was going to the toilet. So I come back out, she went, and Terry was dead quick. He went, well, I'm the British pie eating champion, he said. Like himself, he went, Dave here, he's the European and Brian's the world champion pie eater. Really, she said, and we had a go for it. We had to go for ages in the cafe, and in the end we just started laughing, and she knew we were lying, and we just wound it up. Went to cough, kill me. So we went there anyway and said, yeah, here's a little grass mate, a little dirty snitch, a little dirty wrong. So we goes into the same pub again. So you're talking 6 months later, 7 months later, same pub. It's 92, I think now. For 91, we went 92. Goes in, he's at the same table and there's another kid there. He's about 18-year-old. I went, fuck. So the things I didn't know about him was what he was then. I only found out later on, in life, when people told me stuff about him. But the thing that gives it away for me more than anything is when he's on the BBC, when he's hitting his own kids in front of the television cameras, screaming at them. And his wife said, and his sister said, when he used to shout, they used to piss themselves. Oh, you fucking animal. And the people across the road used to phone the police all the time, he said. He was always getting locked up. And when he got out of jail, his mum and dad wanted out to do him. You could see, and his wife was gutted when he got out. She moved away to get away from him. And two of his sons, they've been done for murder. They're in jail for life off for murder, them two, for murdering people. So the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, and they're two fucking bullies. I don't know, and I'm sure one of them raped a woman as well. Listen, police want Brian more than anything. His tapes, Brian, would be taken here again. Yeah, they wouldn't. They've got fuck all, mate. It's just pure. Listen, police want. Yeah, they want me more than any cunt. So I know for a fact there's no tape recording. I'm not a fucking moron to start telling people about things. I never had a problem with it. I met him in jail. He went, "Hey, big lad, you all right?" And he said, somebody said, "Oh, he's a lad who would fight with Lee Duff." He said, "Fucking sad." He said, he's turning sad, but he's squishing to get through the door. He's fucking massive. He said that because he was about 20 stone, but he's fucking massive, and because he wasn't the height of me either, nowhere near my height. And he shook my hand through the gates. We were on the B wing at the top, and I was in for an assault. And I went in, and I got out a week later. When you go back to court, you got bail the first chance, and you go the second time. I got it the second time, got off. We got the charges off, but I met Viv there, and he shook my hand. And later on, there was a rumour we would have a fight, but it was like he said, she said, he said. Jimmy and Gary Robb started it by saying, because I taxed Gary Robb and Jimmy Robb in the day, I took 20 grand with the ecstasy off them, and they tried to get people to have a go, tried to get Conroy to have a go. I mean, that's what it was. And Conroy phoned me, I'm not. He said, "Me and Brian are all right now." So we're not. He said, "I'm not fucking getting involved." He said, "He should be selling gear down his patch, like that type of thing." So he never got involved. So anyway, fucking Garside and me and Terry Rich went in the pub. We said, "Give us the money." He said, "I haven't got it." He said to the young lad, "Go to such and such address and go with these and give them the money." So he said, "Well, give the lad to give him the money." So we had to take the kid in the car with us, about 18-year-old, quiet as a fucking lamb he was. Took him, dead timid. Took him to this lad's house. This lad took him into this lad's house, got the money out of the house where the money was. Must have been another fucking lad he was sleeping with or whatever. So he gives us the £1,200. So we went and seen the lad whose money it was, and we gave him the 600, and he was like, we all had 200 quid each. But we did just to fucking 200 quid was a lot of money in them days. But yeah, just to fucking piss him off. But we was the same. It was in the same pub in Wakefield. It was the same area. It was right in the corner. He was obviously, he wasn't daft. It was where the window you could see people coming in, and the doors were there. So he sat here like this, and the kid was there next to him, and I come up to him and I walked across where the bar is. "Are you shikes?" He went, "Yeah." I went, "Get outside. Get outside. Do you want to fight? Get outside, me and you, daft cunt." I said, "You've taxed it, yeah, such and such." Anyway, he said, "Well, I'll get the money back." So he gives us the money. So we went to see the other lad, Dave, and he got the elephants back in the end. So he's that much of a coward, he gives it back. I'd rather fucking, when they got me in that house, and I took £1,000 off them, I don't give them the money back. I fucking kept the money. I got a good iron for it. I spent the money. There's no way I was giving them £1,000 back. Fuck that. Couldn't call me the tax man. The tax man, they nearly tax everyone. So all that shite he's saying about me talking on tapes, I've got nothing. It's all shit. And if he had out, he'd have had it on the Conroy show or somebody else's show, or his own show, or he'd have had his own show. You know himself what he'd have done. He'd have had everything up. Everything he gets about me, he puts up. Oh yeah, both of his kids are done for murder, mate. They're both fucking in. One's been sugared and watered about 10 times. He's a pure bully in Armley, and he's been done. And he was in Franklin with Ricky. Ricky was telling me about him. He's been done a few times, fucking bullying people. I think it was an ex-copper or a copper that killed, battered him to death. Yeah, they've both been done for murder. I think they're doing 20, one's doing 25, I think, and the other one's doing less, I think. But they're horrible cunts as well. So when Chris Curry told me a story, he said when he was in Leeds, Kevin Whitehead, top fighter from Sunderland, he was in Armley. He got moved from Durham. He had a fight with some lad. He got moved with a few people, so they got moved there because they split you up away from because he had a lot of people. Kevin had a lot of people in there, Sunderland with him. So Kevin went to Armley. Chris Curry said, and Chris Curry was in Armley. That Delroy Showers, another fucking one. Sykes used to hold them down for him while he used to fucking bum them. That's how disgusting that fucker is. Another one he's writing a book about. And anyway, so the next minute, this kid's in and they're abusing this kid. And that Sykes and the other one's abusing him. How the fuck Delroy Showers? So he says to him, "Yo, where you from?" He went, "He said, sorry, from Sunderland, son." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yo," to that Sykes and that other one, "fucking leave him alone." And then you look up the big lads come out from Sunderland, "Fucking leave him alone. Touch him again, you'll get it." And that Sykes walked over and he looked at him. He went, "Do you want to go like that?" And he just fucking backed out of him as well. Kev Whitehead fucking told him straight to keep a fucking way from anyway. The kid ended up moving across the road from Kevin's pads. And he wasn't scared no more then because he had them because they were from Sunderland. So they backed him up. Chris Curry backed him up as well. Chris went to the Showers and told them off as well. He said, Chris Curry tried to go at Sykes. He said, I might not beat him. He said, but I cut his fucking face off. He said, but at the end of the day, he was a fucking horrible, horrible man. He was doing it to everyone. He said, everywhere I went, he said, Chris Curry said, he went about 20 jails, Chris. He knew Lee Duffy better than me. He knew he went to all the jails with Lee. Knew him all over the bosses, everything, Chris. Really good lad. Dangerous, really dangerous lad. And they know he is, and that's why they shit themselves. Them fucking wrong ones. Imagine doing that to somebody in jail. I mean, it's bad enough being a young kid, being frightened and being scared going into jail, but somebody raping them and fucking happen. It would never happen if it was a Marmac patch. Not in a million years. That's why I did that one. Lee stopped it, but Lee got moved then to fucking Leeds, so he got moved to Leeds. So he went to Leeds. So he goes into Leeds. I don't know how long it was after he moved. I think it was a couple of weeks. And then Sykes got moved. Sykes got moved out within a week. So they moved him to Liverpool, and he was down at Liverpool, graping people there because Mr. Bolt. And the other one told me there he was a nonsense there as well. He said he was horrible in there. He was always bullying there, young boys and sitting in the pads with young kids and that. It's fucking wrong, man. Like normal people, keep away from him. Or you keep away from your kids. Because you wouldn't want to be associated with someone like that who's raping kids. And the thing is, the proof's there. His own sister said, "I wish I had a big, strong brother, which I had, who would come and cuddle me and love me, instead of coming to my bedroom every night and rape me every chance he had." She said, "Absolutely disgusting." She said, when he shouted at me sister-in-law, which is Kath, we both used to wee ourselves. So that's how much he used to terrify them. The kids were scared of him. The kids were petrified of him. He's on the video in the BBC documentary. And that wanker, the author, went, "Oh, that was just constructed. As if the BBC is going to make somebody beat a kid and hit a kid or something, they'd get done for it, wouldn't they?" So he pretended it was all part of the documentary. When he was shouting at them and he took the money out of the pocket or something, he hit the kids or something. He went, "Oh, that was just all made up for their TV." No, it wasn't. You lying bastard. You only said that because you don't want people to believe the truth. No one buys them books now. No one buys the thing. None of these books are selling. Because I asked her the other week, Waterstones, none of the books are selling, none of them anywhere, because everyone knows what they are. Everyone knows he's robbed everyone. One sub, come on, lad, Smithy, got one sub. That's one sub, mate. Yeah, but he went around doing that. I just can't think of anything worse than sexually abusing a young boy or a young girl or whatever, and doing that to multiple kids all over the country. And he was named everywhere. Everywhere you went, the London boys knew, the lads from Leeds, the Manchester lads knew, Peter Fury, and what's he called from Sheffield? Black lad, really good from Sheffield. Oh, fucking that his name now. Peter Fury said he died an horrific death. Because what happened is he used to go in the parks in like Wakefield and just strip his clothes off and flash himself to women and kids with his things hanging out. He used to go in like, say, Tesco's. I don't know if it was Tesco's or Morrison's or whatever shop it was. He'd go in there at 6 a.m. and he'd piss all over the bread. It's on the Jimmy O show. He used to get his thing out and pee all over the bread. When the bread's been cooked and you can smell the bread's beautiful. He used to go up to where the bread was and pee on the bread deliberately, and then he'd get to that, not bread, so it was like that, the treacly stuff. It's like a gold tin, and he'd open that and he'd drink that, 2 tins of lager of that, and then the police would come in and put him out. And then he'd go in the park and he used to go in and dressed up like, with a big, like a sombrero, like a Mexican, knowing that the young lads should have a go. So they were like, say, young lads, like at six college, like say 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, he'd say, wank this off, give us a blowjob, and you come back to mine, you're going to let me bum you, and all these things used to shout in the park. So the fake author who written the book about it, he said what it was, his urges had gone then. He was too old and he couldn't get, his downstairs wasn't working. But I said, yes, so what you're saying is, it's all gone again, and my IQ's miles over that fucking age, so his urges must have been even stronger when he was younger, and when his downstairs plumbing was working, he was using it, wasn't he? Because you've just said he had the urges, but he couldn't do nothing with it because he couldn't get an erection no more, because he obviously with the drinking stuff, it fucked him with all the drugs. But I said, but there's still the intent's there. Come and let me bum you. Come and do this to me. Come and do that to me. Gives the blowjob. And they were all like 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. And he admits to all that. And he's still saying he was not a wrong. And how the fuck he not be a wrong when he was done by the courts for 25 offences in 3 months? He was given a 2-year order to keep out of the whole of Wakefield, keep out of the whole city, barred from the whole city for 2 years. Only lasted about 2 months, but he couldn't stop. So he went back through into there, got caught again, and was given another 2-year prison sentence for being breaking the prison orders. The prison order. It's in the Wikipedia, you can read it. But he used to go in the parks and put this hat on, and then they go, you'd have to and start throwing things at him. Then he'd get up and go bang, 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 and knock 3 or 4, 14, 15-year-old kids out. That's a fucking bully doing that to little kids. And when I offered him out, he fucking shit himself. That's a pure bully. So what happened to him? He started living in a skip under the. You see him, the fake author looks like him now. He's a tramp. He's a pure tramp, and he's in this skip. So the kids have gone over and put dog shit all over his head, and set him alight. Nearly killed him in the skip, burnt him alive nearly. And then he stayed in there, but because he couldn't fight back no more, he was getting bullied back. So Peter Fury, who was the boxing coach of Savannah Marshall, who I had on the show, he said he was a very, very evil man, what he did in his life. But he's got his just desserts, and karma certainly got him and bit him on the arse, he said, because he was tortured in his elder years and he died a horrific death. And that's what's going to happen to the author. He's going to have an horrific death. He's going to be one of them, like a tramp on the streets where nobody gives a fuck. That's why I don't give a fuck now about him. I'm not interested in him no more, because someone said to me before, I said, who was another great lad, was movie maker, said, I'll never work with him again. And then another movie maker said, I won't work with him again. And all the other people who done the documentary said, we'll never do another documentary with him again, because after what he's done, all the stuff, and he's ripped everyone off, we can't get in the bed with him no more, because we just look like him. So he's ruined himself by shouting all them daft things about me down London. But the worst thing is when he's ripped everyone off, and I've proved the court cases. He was done for contempt of court, for lying. He recorded the court hearing while we were on the phone and put it all over the YouTube, pretending he went to the thingy. So the judge got him in and done him under the section, whatever it was, and he was done for contempt of court. He was charged for it, and he had to take all the videos of it, proves that he does all this stuff. Like Emma said, he screenshots him, does that and splices stuff. So he was done for that. So I'm not bothered if it goes to court. I'm really not bothered if it goes to court. I'll be glad to go, because like you say, we've got the proof. But what that Sykes did, I can honestly say on my dad's grave that he was a monster, an absolute vile monster. Now, he used to go, this is even more proof for you. There was a man called, as soon as I mentioned it, the BBC. The BBC, Jimmy Savile was a DJ. Jimmy Savile had a flat in Leeds. This is true, and he's supposed to be very good friends with the Yorkshire Ripper. And there's rumours saying that he got the Ripper to murder someone right next to his flat and watched him murder him. And on the documentary, his flat's about 20, 30 yards away from one of the women that was murdered off the Ripper. And later on in life, it makes sense now, he takes poor Frank Bruno to, I can't remember which one it was now, when the Broadmoor, I think it was. He takes it to Broadmoor, he says, come and meet me friend. And it's the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe. So he's met Peter Sutcliffe, so he shook hands. So it proved that Sykes was with him. But it proves Jimmy Savile had a flat, and at the top of his flat, he could look out the window, he could have seen the murder getting done where he lived. So there was rumours there, because he was a DJ then, and he used to be a wrestler, Jimmy Savile. but he used to be a big DJ, and he used to have a big, massive, like a rave club, like the old days, and people used to go in. But he would have kids, coppers, videos, taking drugs and sniffing coke and all sorts. So when they come in to raid him, he'd say, "Well, I'll give the newspapers this." He'd have pictures of the kids and that. So he had the kids having sex with each other, you know, like say 14, 15-year-olds having sex and stuff. So he said, "I'll put this in the paper." So they were shit scared of him. So then he had started working for the BBC, and he was a DJ. And then we had the Maggie Thatcher behind him, and all them, the MI5, and the King and the Queen, and fucking Prince Charles and Lady Diana were all behind him because he was running money, making loads of money. So the money was more beneficial for the BBC to make. So I watched a documentary where he went into a hospital, and the nurse said to the young kids, "If Jimmy Savile comes in, pretend you're asleep." And she said, "I told him, and all these kids and that, because he used to go in and put his hand up the skirt, put the hand up the bed and set these things in the vagina. Disgusting." And he used to go in. This is God forgive me if I'm lying. He used to get the key off them and go in the mortuary and be in the mortuary for an hour. Jimmy Savile. He was having sex with dead bodies. It's called necrophilia, and he was having sex with dead bodies. And so Sykes was Jimmy Savile's minder, because he was from Leeds, same place. That's where they were from. So he used to go. Delroy Shows he was a drug dealer, he did heroin, but he was a millionaire with cars. He had a car business, and he had it in Scarborough, where Sykes' sister lived. Now Sykes' sister let Sykes have, not Sykes' sister, Jimmy Savile's sister. Hey, Jimmy Savile's sister, shut up! I can't think with him doing that. Jimmy Savile's sister let his own niece come on and said, "My mum sold me to my uncle to have sex once a year for a £300,000 house." How fucking sick is that? So he used to go there every weekend, and he used to go there, and he used to go with a man called Dennis Flint, and he worked for the BBC. He was like, like you often that dirty bastard from America when he had all them young lasses for prostitutes. He was like that of America. He thinks that's funny. I think it's fucking disgusting, abusing people. So he was having. So when Jimmy O was doing the documentary with me, he said, "Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out what Jimmy Savile, Paul Sykes, and Dennis Flint was doing, because Dennis Flint would get people in, say, 16-year-old lad, 16-year-old lass, do us a porno, and I'll get you to the movie, I'll get you on the BBC." So he enticed them into doing stuff. But he used to do records for there. So he said it didn't take a rocket scientist to work out what they were doing in that, because he had a big house in the countryside. He used to video them every weekend, and that's what they used to do. He said, the tinfoil said, they used to have mad orgies and all sorts of kids and everything there. And I'm looking at him, you've just said that he never done nothing like that. Now you're slipping up, because he was off his head on the white stuff that day. That's the great thing about that idiot. When he's on a podcast, he starts telling everything about the real stuff, because he sniffs all that shit. So when by the time he gets there, he's off his tits. So then he blurts it out. But once you've talked on a documentary tonight, whatever I say tonight, you can watch it, and you did say that, Brian. There it is there. Whatever I tell you on here is the truth. So he said that he knocked around with them. So he used to mind them, and he used to sell cars at Delroy Shows from Liverpool. He was a big drug dealer, and he used to sell cars all over, and he used to collect the debts for him, and he used to collect debts for Jimmy Savile. So if you're knocking around with Jimmy Savile, that's your friend. Well, that's exactly you. So this is what I say to people. If you knock around with bodybuilders, you become a bodybuilder. If you knock around with people who go swimming, you become a swimmer. If you knock around with people who play snooker, you become a snooker player. If you knock around with people who play football, you become a football. If you knock around with people who rape children, you become a fucking nonce, because you're a paedophile just like them. And that's what they were. A paedophile being a fucking wrong uns. And he said, from the BBC, and Esther Rancy, God bless her, and that other Susan Dando, I think it was, who got killed, she was going to blow the socks off them, and she got murdered in the street. She was shot. And also there was a massive paedophile ring, because the basic rules came out and said they were having sex, asking them to have sex. If you have sex with them, you can be in the band and things. That's all that stuff come out about the BBC. We all know that. So that happened, and we know it happened, and they just covered it up because it wasn't beneficial to them. Because obviously now they don't do fuck all now, because they've scrutinised. My mate's friend works for them, and said everything they do, even when they buy the tea and coffee, everything's taken down, scrutinised the BBC now, because all that years. Johnny Rotten come out and said these are wrong on him. He's definitely wrong on him. And she did the same. Cilla Black said he was a wrong on. She said he was interfering with children, but nobody listened to her. because he had MI5 and MI6. So what happened when there was a copper, a decent copper, didn't like nonsense like he don't. He went to get Jimmy Savile. He made a phone call to one of the royal family. The royal family then phoned back. He said, they didn't say which one it was. It was on the documentary, they said. And then he said, listen, it's MI5. Do you want to keep your job? You need to back off now and get away or you'll lose your job. And that was MI5 warning him to keep out of it. So he was warned a few times as cop because he had proof that he was wrong with young girls. But even in the top of the pops, he's got his hands around them like that, and he's behind them, and he's got his hands inserted inside the things. God's honest truth. If you see it, you'll see. He's sat there like smiling, and he's got his things inserted in the young kids. He used to take them back. He had some crisps and things like that. He used to take them out in these Rolls Royce, and then used to know what car he had and that. They still did nothing about him. They let him off with it. And he used to go in Broadmoor. This is the truth. He had a key for Broadmoor. How the fuck can you have a key for Broadmoor? He'd go in Broadmoor, 4 o'clock in the morning, walk in, and we say somebody be poorly or something. He'd just walk in the room, he'd put his hand up the thing, or rape a woman in the bed like a prisoner. And he used to go in this place where they were in the bath, but they were like locked in the bath. Right? They couldn't get out the bath. It was like, I don't know how they locked them in, but they were in baths. And the woman said he just opened the door, walked in, he just put his hand up the vagina and molested them in the bath. And that's a proper documentary of what they made. I can't remember, Louis something he's called, the lad, black-haired lad. He only looks young, about 30 odd. And he was saying, so he said, a lot of people are saying this, a lot of people are saying, he said, listen, how do you know I'm a paedophile? Only I know I'm a paedophile. So you don't know I'm a paedophile. I might know I'm a paedophile, but you can't prove I'm a paedophile. And I thought straight away, you've just fucking told the whole world what you are by saying that. So he was doing it subliminally, letting you know I'm fireproof. I've got everyone behind me. I've got the Maggie Thatcher, I've got Dennis Thatcher, the Prime Minister. So how the fuck, how are you going to bring somebody down like that? Because that's the government who run the country. So you've got no chance, have you? And hospitals are told, doctors are saying, just let him do what he wants to children. And nurses are saying, hide in your blanket and pretend you're asleep when he comes. Yeah, the BBC covering of Jimmy Savile was disgusting. And then they've given a knighthood and put it on his grave in Scarborough, but they can't take the knighthood off there now because, wait a minute, that should be taken off. It's fucking disgusting what he did to them kids. And that idiot, Tim Boyle's going, and it was a great fight, and he was like, pulling him up, pulling fucking nonsense up. So that's why we know what he is, though. We all know what he is. Please hit the like buttons, guys. 57 on. We've hit over there, nearly about 90 people tonight. So, yeah, you asked me what, I'm telling you the truth. Like I said to you, my dad's grave, 28th of December, he was buried. He died of cancer. God bless him. But I wouldn't give you any lies. I would not say that to anyone because my brother got raped as a kid. And he ended up taking his own life through it years and years later because it stays with you forever. If you get raped at 7, 5, 6, 4, it stays with you all your life. It goes and you sleep and you wake up and your subconscious. You can't get rid of it. It's a fucking horrible thing for people to have. And these animals do it, and it just breaks my heart. I see kids on the telly and I see them being abused. I say, please, no, please don't, please. It'll come on. You feel tears coming down my face because I think of my brother, you see. And it just fucking kills me. I fucking hate the dirty bastards. I know when I do it, all of them, I do like they used to do in Russia, bullet right in the fucking back of the head. As soon as they found guilty, there was one called Evelenko. And he was eating the kids. He was fucking insane. He used to stab their eyes out. Stab their eyes out because he was embarrassed to look at them and he used to masturbate on them. And he was like that, a fucking animal. So they actually took him out the back and just blew his fucking head with a gun. But for years, they were that fucking backward, the Russians. The FBI had all the technology to find out, the DNAs and stuff like that. No, we do it how we, fucking want to be old school. It took them years. He killed something like about 400 kids. Fucking horrible. He used to wait on the trains and he was a communist, like the party, like the Nazis were, like high up. So nobody could touch him. He was like bomb-proof. But this bloke found out it was him. It took him about fucking 10 years to catch him. And all them kids were killed. And the man broke down, he had a mental breakdown. But I fucking would. Because you haven't been able to do your job and you knew all along it was him. Fucking out. Do you know something like that? If I knew in my heart, if I knew 100% somebody was doing that to kids, I would just fucking, even if I had to do it in the public, if say that was Jimmy Savile, I knew he was doing it and I was there, I would blow his fucking head off right in front of everyone. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd do it right in front of the public. I wouldn't give a fuck. A fucking animal like that go around raping children, put him down like he's a dog, that's what he was, a fucking dog. The one putting down the fucking scum. come out all this fucking show. Well, she come on to me, she was 12-year-old or 11-year-old, 9-year-old. You're fucking 30-odd-year-old, you're a grown man. Fucking, he's going, yeah, but they asked for it because they're 13 and 14-year-old. I was trying to get through it with him. He knows he's not fucking daft. He just, and rightly so, Sexpo tried to expose him. He did, yeah. And did you know that yeah, he was a fucking shitbag, mate. I knew straight away. I might not beat him in boxing in the ring, in the street. I'd have fucking destroyed him in seconds. I'd have just too strong for him and just pulverised him in the ground, headbutt and bite his nose off and smashed his fucking head off the floor. And hit him with fucking elbows and everything. That man wasn't in the ring, man was in the street. And with my weight and strength and power, I was just too good for any fucking in the street in them days. It was too strong. It's like they said you were one in a billion because no one's that big and not fast, and no one's that easy to lead up. He said no one can be that fucking big and that fast. And he had me on the pads with Craig Howard. I was hitting the pads. He went, how the fuck can he be that big and be that fast? It's impossible. You're usually stiff and bored, but I've always been into the stretching exercises just so you get more mobility. I think you grow 17% more if you stretch when you're training. I've put weight on now. You can tell I can feel this is skin tight on this top. This is the treble extra large. I'm coming back. I mean, I've got Wolf now to back me up. And I've got fucking Eli. Eli's huge. As he days. Yeah, you're a flat and scarred. That's gone on the surface. I'm not bullshitting you in any way. If I am, I'll never come on again. He had a flat, and at the top of the flat, he was high up, maybe 7 stories or something. And the one was found there not from the distance of the flat, from where the building starts. It's about 60 feet away, 70 feet. He could have looked out there and seen him, the one being murdered, and they tried to say that Savile got the Ripper to do it. He thinks he was involved with the Ripper because it makes sense, because later on he goes to jail with Frank Bruno and he gets him to meet him. He's shaking hands with him. Jail will fix it for you. And poor Frank Bruno said to Matt Legg, he said, I fucking couldn't trick me, I was full of medication. So Frank's got a badge around going, Jim will fix it for you. I know it's not funny, but it is funny. Poor Frank, I felt sorry for him. He said, they couldn't trick me, I was full of fucking, he was on the crack and everything when his head was gone. He said, I was full of medication. I didn't even realise it was. He said, I thought he was a doctor. He was fucking shaking. He went, oh, this is my friend, doctor, whatever. And he's shaking his hand. It was Jack the Yorkshire Ripper. Fucking on the bend, did he? So poor fucking of the Sex Pistols. I love Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols are great. And the Ramones, they're the best 2 punk bands of all time. But yeah, the Johnny Rotten said he's a fucking wrong and you're a dirty, filthy. He told him straight, and a few other people told him, like I say, Esther Ransom. She was a lovely woman. She was a nice person. There were about 6 people, well high up, told him he was a wrong one, and they reckon that Susan Dando got shot through that, and then they blamed another poor lad who had the IQ very low. And about 30 years later, so that poor fucking man went to jail. I knew it wasn't him from day one. I knew the cops were setting him up. Found out the DNA wasn't the fucking same DNA, so they let him out after so many. I think it was 10 years. I think it was maybe 10, 15 years. They let him out, and it wasn't him. But they've never got the killers for the day. They say for that. Louise, that was his name. Louise, that yeah. Louise must have known about the rumours when he had the interview. Louis something he's called, that man. I can't remember his name now. Who did the interview? He's got black hair. He's like a college student. It's skinny. There's documentaries all over. He said, I might know I'm a paedophile. Only I know I'm a paedophile. You don't know I'm a paedophile. You might think I'm a paedophile. You can't prove I'm a paedophile. Only I can prove I'm a paedophile. I thought you've just deliberately told everyone there, you fucking woman. They get a thing where they think they're like fireproof, nothing can touch them. You get a thing where they think nothing can touch me, but they get killed in the end. Mr. Nobody, son, you all right? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's fucking got away because he's getting away with it. I'll tell you why he got away because he was making that much money on them daft runs he was doing. We all thought, oh, he's great. We wanted to go on the fucking show. So thank fuck I never sent him. Thank fuck I had dyslexia. I couldn't write to him. Jim will fix it for you, tax man. I can't write. I can't read. Well, I can now, but I couldn't then. I was over the fucking moon. I never sent him a letter. I know loads of people sent letters to him. I never. Louis Thorax, that's his name. Louis Thorax, that's the lad. Yeah, he knew. You could tell by his face. Yeah, Barry George, I think. Yeah, he's horrible. Sykes, he's horrible. He's a horrible, horrible bully. He used to go in the clubs. This is the other thing he used to do. Tear my stomach. You know, like the Toby Carberry's on Sunday. You go and your granddad's with your grandma, your mum and dad. Your dad will say, "Oh, I'll get the meal." Oh, Dad, I'll get the meals. And it might be say 5, 6 kids, 3 or 4 grandkids, the granddad, the grandma, the mum, the dad, and they're all sitting there like maybe 20 people. Sykes used to come in the pubs in Wakefield and Leeds and places and go, "How you?" Like, you know, like a big bodybuilder, like great physiques, but most of them bodybuilders can't fight. So you go punch him and knock him out. But he'd say, like, "I'll fight you outside, me and you 1-to-1." And all his family were there. And he said, "Leave him, leave my son alone." I said, "If you want to fight him, the dad or something." So he said, right, I'll tell you what to do. I'll give you a little deal. Get on that table there, on the pool table, and sing Hickory Dickory Dock. So he'd make this 15, 16 stone big lad go on the table. If he didn't go on, he'd say, "I'll knock you out." So he used to make him stand. I'd fucking have smashed his fucking skull if I was there. I'd have picked him up from right through the fucking window and I'd bashed him off every wall in the fucking pub. The rotten, dirty bastard. So the young kids on the table, 17-year-old, singing Hickory Dickory. He's laughing at that cunt, that horrible, dirty fucking wrong. And he's laughing. Really think it. I think it's funny as fuck. I think, do you really? You fucking wrong. So he's saying, "Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse shrunk the clock," and he's crying his eyes out on the table. And everyone's just getting up and walking out. They emptied the pub and so disgusted him. And all the families around, the mum, the granddad, the mums, all that. And that's what Dale was saying. He tried it on with another lad, and one of these lads wouldn't fucking take it no more. And he said, "Fuck you." Thanks. Whack right across the fucking jaw, smashed all his jaw to pieces, and broke his leg with a stool. Booted him all over the fucking pub, and everyone was cheering in the pub. He never went back to that pub ever again. He shit himself. He's a coward. He only did it to people he knew he could get away with. D.D. Ram, yeah. I like that one, mate. The Ramones are class. "I wanna be your boyfriend." Fucking class. I listen all the time. Fucking brilliant band. They sing it. Every song's about 2 minutes long, but it's full intensity. One of London's brilliant, but they're all dead now. None of them were called Ramone. They just made the name up off. They actually got their idea off the Beatles. The Ramones. They copied off them in a way. They said. How many people do nonsense? Look, they're the masters. He's the same, that fucking fake author. He's the master manipulator of conning people. He puts that empty. They all got that crocodile tear syndrome where they can do it in a fucking heartbeat. They all do it. They're all narcissistic, love themselves, narcissistic bullies, and they can make themselves in a box. They can make themselves look like butter would melt in their mouth, and they put all the blame on the people. They cause all the trouble. And then people are coming up from the phone the police. That's what they do. They're fucking vile people like that. I haven't known anyone as bad as him. I think he's up there with the fucking a lot of them horrible wrong ones, mate. Like I say, though, I don't even want to fucking talk about him. I just like talking the truth about things. But he was horrible. He used to, like I say, he went in the parks asking him to have sex with him when he was 60 odd year old or something. Oh, because his urges, he still had the urges, but he couldn't do nothing. Well, wait a minute. So you're telling me he used to do things then when he was younger, but he had the urges still, but he couldn't do that because he couldn't get in direction because he wasn't capable, but he was still asking for people to do things to him. And they were 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, he said in the park. And he'd do that to people, and he'd walk up the swings and flash himself. He came out of a bus stop. He used to live under a library in Wakefield. And he used to come out. And he used to go to the bus stop to have a piss. So he was in the bus stop, pissed little girl, but you all started screaming, you would, little kid, screaming. He went, "Fucking shut her up, and I'll fucking kill her." He's screaming like mad at the little kid, so they couldn't get him for that. But what happened is they got a lip reader with the cameras off the library, He was threatening to kill that 8-year-old kid and a mother. So the little bastard up, I'll fucking kill you, screaming because she was screaming like a lunatic. And then he was doing it in the parks, the schools. He was walking on the schools, doing it in school parks, the young lads and that. And he thinks it's funny, that daft cunt. Like, by me, I think it's just fucking vile. They won't put them in the ground. They don't want putting away, because why fucking waste food and electric on the fuckers? They won't put them in the ground. They won't put them away completely. Chinese, they do it as well. They just blow the fucking heads off, and then won't do it again. Why take a chance of doing it again? Just put him out of his misery, because that's what they are. They're miserable, dirty cunt. And all they do is think about getting children all day long. They sit there grooming them, get there, and she's going to school, and they're watching out windows, and it fucking turns my stomach. Yeah. I know he's another one who everyone thought, oh, he's a good lad, he's a tough lad and all that. Another fucking wrong, and you can't trust them. Honest, once they start saying all that shit to young kids, oh, I'll train you on the weight and all that. You know, there's a difference. When I used to train people, it was always lads. I never had girls. Things. It was always lads of training, and the mums would put and pop around things like that. I always made sure I was right, and the social workers, I'd have them training. And never nothing happened with me. I was always 100% with them, and I'd help them train and stuff. But when they're training girls, a lad's training a girl, and they like say, "Oh, I'll train you," and they start touching them up and saying, "Push your chest out of it, push it," and they're doing that deliberately on them. That's the little track, and they'll show them something to see if they go a little bit scared or something, and they'll know what they do. They push little bits. They'll push a little bit further, and touch the leg or something. You all right? How are you doing? They'll touch the legs like that. They'll tap them on the bum, or they'll pat them on the back and like that. They'll put the arm around them. Right, I got that stage. Next one, go the next one, the next stage, and that's them like get in, like we fucking scored a goal when we were kids at football. Get in, I've scored, and then he thought I've scored two. I've scored a hat trick, and you'll be over the moon. That's what they're like. The dirty cunts do. They do it in stages where they get the kids and they keep doing it, and they buy them, take them out, and making them feel loved, and take them to the pictures and do all things with them that they haven't been getting done with the mums or something, dads. And then it's called grooming them, and that's what they do. The professional fucking groomers, and they're just fucking horrible things. And he actually talks to them. Jimmy Savile, Paul Sykes, Delroy Showers, Per Palaki, Silence of the Lambs, Gary Glitter. He's got all them. Fred West, the best man in the world. Rose West, the best man in the world. Fred West, the best dad. He's got all them things on his channel. He likes all them type of things. So I think could easy be wrong. The I'll fighting bro. Just open it. Could it easy be wrong? I can't understand that, mate. To me, be that's yeah. Yeah, just scumbag cunts. The one that see what I think the greatest thing is, and I think a million people, about a million, would put their hands up. This is my opinion on for a paedophile. What I'm going to try. If I was going to go into the politics, which is what I'd go for, anyone who rapes a young kid or anyone molests anyone, I would put them in jail for 2 years or so. And after the 2 years, I say, right, you can get out. You're going to cut your balls off. Now you have to be castrated, because they never have any urges no more. Because once you're castrated, there's no testosterone in your body, so you have no urges for sex. So I would say, right, age of 2 year jail sentence, make them fucking do whatever. And say, right, you now have to be castrated before you leave this jail. And then you know for a fact them kids are never going to get touched again off that certain person. Castrate the bastards. Bring the new law out. Castrate them. If they've done it, what? If you get to jail the first time, and then look at it and think, wait a minute, we don't trust this cunt. If he still looks like he's got that thing in him, say, look, we don't trust you. We're not going to let you out. We're going to castrate you. If you want to get out, they'll castrate you and get out. And that's what they're doing in America. In a lot of places in America now, they're castrating them before they let them out. Why not? I mean, look at it. Why would you? I mean, if a dog bit someone, they'd castrate the dog, wouldn't it? So dogs are better than fucking them, because they're not raping them, the dogs. These cunts and molesting them and raping them, doing disgusting, vile things. But these people have to have it with them in their mind for the rest of their lives, and it didn't just affect them. It affects bringing up if they have kids and things like that. They're a bag of nerves, and they'll see their own kids talk to them. He's, and then they'll get things mixed up because they've had it done to them. They think that man could be a nice teacher, being lovely. Someone going to get you in the football team, so you keep right, and I'll keep you right. You think, don't trust him, he's up to something. And so then all your life you'll be on the edge all the time because you're thinking every fucking person who comes alongside him. But not everyone is like that. But you do get them, and they're very fucking hard to work out. Some of them are so fucking crafty cunts. But the most thing is they talk about themselves all the time. They bull themselves up all the time. That's the main thing. Usually narcissistic personality, call it the narcissistic personality disorders they've got. But he's got MPD. He's got, most of them have got multiple personality disorders where they can change into David. David could kill someone, then go back to being Tommy. And when he gets interviewed for the murder, he's killed a person in the name of, he's killed a person called John. But the person he's become is David. So David, instead of being Anthony, has killed John. But then when he gets pulled in, he goes back to being himself. So then he does it himself. I've never done that. So then he's telling the truth. So when you're on the lie detector, he asks the questions. His thing isn't going to go up or down because he's telling the truth. He murdered them in that name, and that's how these serial killers get away with it. They go like psychopaths where they change, split personality, go into like, some of them have got 50, 60, 70, 100 different personalities. One had over 150 different personalities. 1 minute he'd be a kid, then he'd be a fucking wrestler or something. That's what he's like, that daft cunt. He thinks he's a million different people, that idiot. I'm a million different people. Fucking around the bend he is. So they can change characters. The split personality can make them change characters. And then when they kill someone, that character, they'll go back to themselves. So when they get interviewed off the police, it all comes back clear. I think it can't be him. He's speaking to the lie detector. But there's ways of getting them. They can test them. Feels nausea. Yeah, you do. It makes me fucking want to. I feel horrible, but it's good to learn people these things because a lot of people don't understand what they do and how they do it. They're very, very good at making things up. Yeah, the film's been going on. I think it's been 10 years now. The film, 10 fucking years. A lot of fucking shit. It was mentioned by Western Edge Pictures, who did one on that, even with the Taurus, what do you call him, the runner who lost his legs and he killed his wife. They were going to do one. So that daft cunt, this is what I tell you what he done. He copied. I told him my stories. So I told him, I said, what happened with Steve Richards, who did the books on Duffy and Viv Graham and everyone. He said they were going to make a movie, so he got a lad called Andy Hutton. He was a double Lee Duffy, fucking perfect for Lee Duffy. And he came to my house, wasn't this house, it was another house. Went out there, I'm going to have another fight with Lee. And he was laughing. He was a nice lad. And he was a nice lad. He was going to play the part good, but it was a con. So what they've done is they said they were going to do the movie, so they rented a big warehouse for £100, and they've spent about £100 on coffees and teas and stuff, and about 200 people turned up for the interview to be Lee Duffy and Viv Graham. So the interview, all these people said, we're going to make the movie. So that was a con. So then they'd written the book. Everyone thought, I'll get the book first before I get the movie. So he made $100,000 off that. It was just a pure con. So when I told that fucking scruffy cunt, he's copied the exact same. So what he done is he went and fucking said, he told that Brenton what to do. He said, Cockerill told me this and Cockerill told me that. So he's copied what I told him. And they got hold of somebody from the newspaper people, told them they were going to make the movie. I told them it was getting done by, say, Western Edge Pictures, which they did mention it. And he said, we have to sell the rights to them, we've got the book. Now, what he did, the fake author got the book off his sister, and she signed it over for £200 for a dodgy solicitor. That's all called. Dale said it was £200, got the book. Because after 16 years or something, if a book's not been written, you can go and get it and you can redo it. So he never written Paul Sykes' book. Paul Sykes written that book himself in jail and got a Tesla award for it because he fancied a school teacher. That's why he joined in there. He won the award. So he never written that, but all he did that daft cunt. He went to Wakefield. He seen Dale, Simon Ambulance, a few other people in there in Wakefield, got stories off them and then just made the rest up himself. So he just pretended half the things in them books are just made up from him. He calls it, I just put my own spin on it. So what he done then, he put his own spin, saying he phoned somebody from Emmerdale and said, would you play the part of Paul Sykes? She went, oh yeah, I'd love to play the part. Really believed he was getting the part. That was 8 years ago. It's still nothing. He said he was getting £2.5 million, no, £250,000. But he told me it was £1 million for the movie. So I said, £1 million good. I said, but it's not brilliant. I said, not when you're making a big movie. He went, so the next day or the next day after, he went, oh, I've been phoned again. I said, oh, right. I can't tell you that. I thought, well, when somebody sponsors you, the first thing, or Coca-Cola sponsors us, or Asda, or Tesco's, or wherever, you get a sponsor, but they want the name up there, don't they? So they put the name of the sponsor in the paper, never the sponsor. So now they said they've got £2 million, but there's still no movie. It's just all fucking bullshit. It's never going to be a Paul Sykes movie. Nobody's going to make a movie about a man who was a monster with Jimmy Savile and BBC people who worked with him who went around nonsense young kids. It's not going to happen. You just fucking vile people. Why would anybody want to go and watch about a man who raped children in jail? Because I fucking certainly wouldn't. But he was a coward, like I said. When Terry Mitchell absolutely fucking destroyed him. He got beat up by a rugby player as well from Warrington, I think it was. Came in the club one night and he was about 18 stone. Sykes was only about 14 stone. And the lad just smashed him all over. He wasn't a fighter. And he caught him a couple of shots and Sykes went down. They dragged him out of the fucking pub and booted him all over the outside the car park. That was the other one he got beat off from. Well, Rosie, Rosie lived next door to our Bobby. That was his neighbour. Bobby's son used to play with her. She was a little girl, and she went missing. I think she was about 3 years old. She was over the headland, and everyone was looking for her. And the bloke, who was the main one looking for her, had her hid in his loft in his house. He had her in the house, and our Bobby was out looking for her with his girlfriend and everything at the time. About 20 odd years ago, I think. And they got the cunt. They got him in the end. But he was the main one crying, she was a lovely kid and it was so fucking great at putting the acting on. And he was the main one looking for her, and then gardens all over. It was over the headland, it was. Right next door to Bobby lived, my brother. Old Bobby, Rosie they called her, the little girl. She was only about 3 years old, I think she was. Bobby said she was a lovely kid. She used to play with Daniel, Bobby's son. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's just fucking, in America there's ones even worse, mate. There's ones with fucking 150, 160 different mental personalities fucking in psychiatric hospitals in America. Where the one day the one person, next day another person, they didn't know where the fuck they're going. Man, Joe, if you're going, you'd never be alone, would you? Are you Tom, are you John, all right, Andrew, all right, Mick? You'd be fucking never alone, would you? Hey, fucking hell. 5 personalities, one more. Good. Sign on 5 times or 5 given dole checks or 5 jobs. That wouldn't be so bad, would it? Okay, now. Yeah, just so that. I'll shite about him. He was never a wrong. I could promise you all my life, he was a wrong and a really bad man. Making young kids stand on tables and fucking singing giddy talk and making fucking a mockery of people. Just fucking horrible. Having sex with his own niece. Once a year, his sister used to let him go and sleep with his own niece. That was that Louis Thorax, whatever he called. He said it came out that he was sleeping with his own. She come out, she that young lass. He did that Louis Thorax, did the documentary, and then they made another one after it. And it worked out he was going. She was sleeping with the mum. Got the £300,000 house. But the deal was he could have one day a year with her every year. Fuck it, maybe Easter or somewhere, and he used to come through. That was the thing I watched. These fucking sick bastards. Yeah, some people have spliffs and they get fucking paranoid, don't they? They have fucking different person. You have a spliff or a coke or drink. People don't drink. They're fucking nightmares, mate. Fucking crackers. You know, I've just got all new fitments today. Got loads at the shop. Got 3,000 IUs of. I take 3,000 a day IU of vitamin D3, and since I've been taking it, I've got fucking massive. It's definitely made my testosterone levels go up. I started off on 10,000 a day for 10 days in a row. I've gone now to 3,000 a day now because it's topped up. I can feel the difference from training. I can feel the difference of the muscle tissue. I can feel the difference of my demise as thinking. My hands are getting stronger and everything, and my hands are moving, my legs are moving. So my feet, I'm walking miles, but I've been doing loads of hundreds and hundreds of exercises, like reps, and I've been strengthening up my toes and everything. So I've been doing loads of mad things. I don't know that Pep Aki's quite old, about 40 odd, mate. He was wanting to do a book on him as well. Another wrong one. I was wrong, and then he said, "I'm a weirdo, you know." I said, "I fucking know, yeah. You don't have to tell me." I was known as a little weirdo at school. None of my family let me in the house. They won't let me in. They won't answer the door to me. And when I looked at his house, I thought, "Why is there no pictures of your mum and dad and your daughters and things like that, and your sister and all that?" "Oh, I don't have nothing to do with them." And then I found out because he was fucking stealing out their houses. That's what it was. Ever anything from me? Yeah. My fucking neck's terrible tonight. Tight. Oh. There's another one. He went, "I never squatted 7.5 plates. You never done this. You never done that." Well, it's on the fucking video. "Oh, you haven't done it properly." He's I'm the fucking man, because when I'm doing them exercises, when I'm cheating with them, I am cheating on them, but I'm cheating. But when you're doing well, stronger span stuff, and you're lifting like a car and stuff, it doesn't matter what style it is. It's the fucking way. Steve Brooks said to me, "Fuck the style. Every 3-4 weeks, have a cheating week where you just do as much as you can." So say you're benching 600 pounds, and then you go to 7. If you can't get it, you get forced rep. In a few weeks' time, the weight will be a lot. You'll probably end up getting 3 or 4 reps instead of 1. So that's what you do. He hasn't got a clue. He said last night he put on. Oh, sorry, he said a couple of weeks ago, he went, he said leg bicep, as if you've got a bicep in your leg. Well, you fucking have, your moron. That's how much you know. It's called leg biceps. It's your hamstring. You've got your gluteus maximus, which is your biggest muscle in your body, which is your bum cheeks all the way down. And that leg bicep, they're called. Leg bicep curls, they're called. Or front leg extensions. So what I was saying to people is, when you do them though, what you're better doing is doing them with do like if you lay down, if you laid on the bench and you lay down like that and you hold the bar and you do your leg bicep curls from the back and you're coming up like that. What happens there is you've always got one arm, like my left arm was stronger than my right, even though I'm right-handed. So when I was benching on the Smith machine, the weight goes where the machine is. So my left arm was getting stronger and my right arm was getting weaker because I was going where the machine was going, because it was stronger than I am than that one, so it was getting a different angle. So that side was losing weight. And then I started doing dumbbells, which is better because the dumbbells are even. But when you go on, like, say, laying down like bicep curls, what happens when you squeeze like that, you'll pull and you don't know because one leg's stronger. No? Say for instance, your left leg is stronger than your right leg. You walked straight ahead in the desert, you'd end up going around in a circle because the left leg would pull you around like that slowly. When you walk miles, you'd just end up going around a little bit more. Does anyone know what the biggest desert in the world is? There's a quick, easy one for you. What is the biggest desert in the world? Come on. What's the biggest desert in the world? There's a quick one for you. No water, no fucking. No. What would you do? What is the biggest desert in the world? Come on. Get the names up. Yeah, so when you're laying down on that, what do you think of that? When you're laying down, one side will pull more than the other, so you end up with a big, massive left leg bicep, bigger than the right, so it's out of proportion. So what you better do, go on and do maybe 2 sets of 20 as heavy as you can, right? And then come off, and then go and do one-legged bicep curls, leg bicep curls. When you stand up, lean over, hold on the rack, and hold when you're coming up, come to the top. Just have about like fucking 30 key on something. Not a lot of weight. I used to have fucking 50, 60, 80 key, sometimes more. I used to have 820s bent over on fucking in the gym beside Valerie. I was training in the boxer. I used to do 5 plates bent over on, reverse curl, and pull them in like bent over on. They're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, what was that? 220 key, I think it was 225 key with the things I used to do bent over on in jail. But what happens is, when you go and do it with a single leg, the single leg's just doing the weight because you've got a single leg doing it. So when you come up, you go 1, 2, 3 and hold it for 3 seconds. And what happens there, because you're going 1, 2, 3, the fibers are twitching, working and pumping and pumping. If you just go up and down, it's like a pendulum clock. So if you come up and go 1, 2, 3, stop, 1, 2, 3, down, get the bottom 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down. When you do it like that, Chrissy and Brian used to say, you are a fucking eagle, yo. Oh, fuck it, I can't walk. And I used to have them. They couldn't even go in the toilet for 2 or 3 days. They couldn't walk. But that's only when you get big. You've got to put these horrible torture chain things in. He used to fucking hate training. You know, no, you had it again. I said, tell me, Chris, come on. He was up doing about 4 plates when I got him. So I said, look, do you love me? He went, yeah. Do you love your lass? He went, yeah. Do you love your mum? Well, let's reps for your mum. 1 for your mum. Go down all the way, pull back on flat. Go 1 for your missus. Come on, Lauren. 1 for me. You're not going to let me down. You come on, 1 for me. I'd have him do 21 for me's. I'd be fucking devastated. Come off, bark and throw it up all over. I'd be fucking shaking, like the nervous system's completely gone. You start shaking like that. And you come off, you're fucking horrible, you're fucking horrible. I'm not training you, no. And then the next day, you say, I can't go to the toilet, I can't walk. And you have to help me go to the fucking toilet. And it was fucking class. That gym, we used to fucking torture people. But everyone I trained, little Brian was about 12 stone, I got him to 17 stone. Bentley was about 9 stone, I got him to about 14, 15 stone. I trained everyone I've trained, I've got them either bigger or smaller, whatever they wanted, or fitter or stronger. So it was great. It's no better when you're training. Yeah, I'm training really good, but I am tight in my back tonight and my neck. The injuries are the neck and the back, so the lower back. I've been doing like kind of strengthen me trapsy, my shoulders, back here. I'm doing reverse ones like that, back end, holding them to me fucking scapula's out a bit. I've got the shoulder back now. These stretching things, I've been hanging off a bar. If you've got anything, if anything's wrong with your back, your hands, your wrist, or anything, just get on a bar and hang off a bar for about 2 minutes. If you can only do a minute, build up 20 seconds every other day, and within about a month, your whole body will come back in. It's just the alignment's out because you'll be benching more with that arm then, and then you'll be pushing there, and that one's like, it knocks it out of sync. So that shoulder's out of sync. My shoulders are back now. Where before I was like that, my shoulders now the back because I've been doing these stretching exercises. It took me about 2 months to do it. But the left arm's better, but my right's still a bit bad. But that my hand and everything's getting better now. And it's just for stretching. You're stretching the ligaments and tendons back into place, like traction. When you get your leg and your motorbike crash and your leg's fucked, to put a load of weight on it and to stretch your leg. That's all it is. So where's this? Have you told me about the desert yet? What is the biggest desert in the world? Like the Sahara Desert or the Gobi Desert or whatever desert. Do you know what it is? Nobody's putting any answers. I'll tell you what it is. The North Pole. The North Pole is the biggest desert in the world. What it means a place where it doesn't rain. It doesn't rain in the North Pole, so it's a trick question. The North Pole is the biggest desert in the world because there's no water, it doesn't rain there. You can think he's a clever cunt, isn't he? Yeah, it's the biggest desert in the whole world. I bench 190 reps, beat 158 reckon in a month next week. So I'll do, and I'll be fucking buzzing the course I'm on. If ever done my weight. I'm only listening a little bit. I'm still getting massive. I think it's because I've been big before. It's coming back, the muscle memory. I'm doing where I'm on fire. I'm not joking. If I'm training with me, they just throw the guts up, bark the guts up the wood. because I don't stop. I do like 500 reps straight off, and then I'll have an hour and I do another 500 reps, and then I have another hour of fucking non-stop training all day. She said, "Are you training again? It's 4 o'clock in the morning." You get obsessed with it, don't you? But because I'm getting there. What's he going to do when I get fully fit? That daft cunt. What's he going to do? That stupid cunt. He'd have to go there, won't he? North Pole. Go to the North Pole, and that was when he Scott, who was supposed to went to the North Pole. He never went to the North Pole. He was a lying bastard. What he done is he got to a certain place, and he pretended he did 10 miles in so many hours to get to it. He got a dodgy flag, a dodgy fucking post, and took a picture of it. And when they looked at his records, he never got to the North Pole. He fucking lied. And then the other one, I can't remember his name now, Anderson was it? He never got there either. So that was 2 of them. So Scott, he was called, American. He went about 5 times, but he never ever made it. He was all made up lies. Scott of the Antarctic, he never got there. It was the South Pole, North Pole. Never got there. Been there now since, but I think Ernie Shackleton, I think he was the one who really, really got there. I'm sure he was 2012, I think it was. No, yeah, 1912, I think it was. They went there. But they said they went there in 1998, but they never. When they got the maps, and there was one with him, said he never went there. He's lying because I was with him. He said he made this big mound with that, made it look like it was the place he was at, but it wasn't the proper structure. They can tell by certain. When the camera takes pictures and things, they can tell by the lights and things like that. Then they said it wasn't him, so they took him off it. So it said he could have got there. Now or something in the dictionary or whatever it's in. It's not what you bench. I benched. I was doing 2.5 key dumbbells for 6 months, and then I'm up to 7 key, 7.5 now, and I'm still getting bigger because I'm doing loads of reps. I'm not resting. I'm doing like 30 reps, and I'm coming out. I'm doing another 30 reps. So I'm doing maybe like 200 reps bench, 200 reps for fucking flies, 200 reps for fucking pullovers or whatever. So I've been doing reps, so now we're going to start going a little bit heavier. So I'm not really bothered about the weight. When I was lifting the weights before, I was doing that for the world's strongest man, Britain's strongest man. It doesn't matter how you lift the weights then. It's because you're moving cars and stuff. When your form's not right. Well, if you come to the gym and you see me, you'd see me training 1 week when I'm doing sets of 10. The next week when I'm doing fucking sets of 6, 4, 2, 1. And then the next week I'm doing sets of fucking 4 sets of 6 strict. So you have to train. You've got white twitch fibers and you've got red twitch fibers. You've got to train both twitch fibers. One's slow twitch fibers and one's fast twitch fibers. Now, training heavy, they used to say, "Oh, you'll get stiff. You won't be able to move. You'll be too stiff." No, you don't. What happens is the ones who train heavy get faster. That's why all Olympic runners all use heavy weights now. The muscle pulls you through when you're running. So the ones who train heavy are better runners, faster runners. So they know that now. They're not stupid. So all that old-fashioned thing like custom art, "Oh, you'll get too stiff." You don't. And Tyson thought it as well because you seen Frank Bruno training. "Oh, I don't do that. It'll slow you down." But now he trains on the weights because he knows it's all bullshit. Like nothing stays still. Like cars get better, airplanes get better, roads get better, and motorbikes get better. Whatever you make and computers get better. So does training. So it gets better every so many 10 years. It just keeps getting better. It can't stay still. Science. That's what it all is. Science is what training is. And the more people that do different things, the more you learn, the more you know. The knowledge is power. But yeah, the North Pole is the biggest desert in the world because it doesn't rain there. Right, I'm going to shoot guys tonight. My back's fucking killing me, and I'm going to have a rest because I'm going to have not a day off tomorrow. I'm back on, but I can't, mate. It's fucking killing me side. I have to get a painkiller. I'll just go and get a painkiller for my side. Fucking I'll come back on for half an hour. Plenty of people still on. Fucking side's killing me. Just flamed up. Emma, you get the painkiller. It's doing well tonight, man. Everyone's loving it.
And they'll scan you. This looks like that, and then what it does is know anyone that's using any of your
Contact.
face or even doing anything, it'll take off.
That's good. They can't mistake me now, can they? Come on. Boom! Look at racing cards tomorrow and see if I can. Oh, one winner. Racing cards. What the fuck's racing cards? Oh, racing lady, I know what you mean. Racing lady, she knows what she's on about. Kempton, 2-5. They say all that stuff, doesn't it? The fucking thing. What you fucking do? You're fucking sticking your fingers up that. He said, no, he's doing that. Like, he take the fucking piss, him. And they were doing the talk with the fingers with the betting when I first went. I thought, he take the fucking piss? I was only about 18. They kept doing that when I went by. I said, he take his fingers up. Me, that daft cunt there. He said, no, that's how they do the betting scores. I was only a kid. I was going to have a fight with the bloke with the fucking race course. I used to go to the race course with old Tam. We used to go all over. I think about 10 quid a day, and I was getting 15 quid. I used to go Doncaster, York, Redcar. What's the other one up there? Richmond, is it Richmond? Somewhere up that way. The race course, I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, there's another course, I can't remember what it's called now. I used to go there. About 20 miles, 30 miles away. Is it Richmond? I think there's one there, isn't it? Richmond? I'm not sure now. The Redcar ones were the only ones that's a mile long. Something like the full mile long, the race track.
All you've got to do, right, is go. No, you don't have to even smile. You just go.
Yeah, you can't not smile.
Watch. You just go like just like that, and then just let me get your face right. So don't speak. You look back. Like, don't smile.
I'm a celebrity now. Get me out of here. Good night, freedom. And you go. Edgar Lee. Good night, freedom. Oh, Edgar Lee, you going?
Right,
I'm going nowhere, Edgar Lee. What are you going for? I'm staying now for you. I love you. Don't leave me, Edgar. Please don't leave me. He's laughing his fucking head up here. He's think blind fucking crackers. Steve Mac. I'm staying. Stay staying, thank God. Racing lady, you stayed? Kevin J, you stayed? Friday night, I ain't got the money. We'll all be friends on here though. Freedom's still on. Freedom, got to be free. One of my favourite songs. I can box like fuck to it. You know the song, Pete Rose, the same we used to box to rape music. He used to box to the Indian one. You know, the last of the Mohicans used to box that. I said, fucking shite that, Peter. Get this on the rip. I can't do it that fast. I went, yeah, fucking get your hands up. I was showing him how to box faster. He's fucking laughed me there off. He said, I've looked at these owls. I went, fuck out, you just fucking owl like that. It was fucking massive. He was feeding the little chicks. I felt sorry for the little chicks. He went, oh, you have to feed them though, big fella. Lovely that Peter he was. Lovely. You were always fucking cuddling me because he was same stuff. He always just fucking kissed me. I said, you're such a fucking lovely lad. That's why. I always come in the club every time he'd see me at Manhattan's. Oh, you big fella. I always used to call me big fella. He said, fucking train like fuck every day. Take this steroid, take that steroid. I can't get anywhere fucking near you. He said, you're just a fucking freak of nature. I said, oh, fucking thanks. You know, I meant it in a nice way, not being horrible. You just fucking stood there like a fucking, you look like a fucking a band dog. Your fucking back's like that. Remember him from Coleman Young? Do you remember fucking who was Coleman Young lad? Fucking hell, he died with the tablets. His 3 brothers, fucking great lads. I went to fucking we went to a place Manchester. It was all UDF. We went there. It was like a beer business thing. We went there, and there was about 20 of them. They had fucking infrared rifles and all sorts of other. And they come in and they said, "That's Brian Cockerill." You know, he said he won't give up. You know, and they sat down talking. Next minute, the armed response walked in. Fucking big armed response police. You know, the Range Rovers. And we just sat there, but they were all they're all top of the range people. And Weatherby, that was the other one I went to. Yeah, Catterick, that was the other one. Catterick, yeah. I never went to York. It's the only one I know. I went to a racing lady. But I went to York. I used to go there. And what I used to do there, I'll tell you the truth. I used to go to York and go with my mate, a lad called Ian Dunbar. His sister runs it. She's the manager. Her husband. I was in jail with him. And I used to go there, and they used to give me tickets. And I used to get one of them blokes when they do the betting. I'd bet something, put it on, and they'd give me the bet, and they'd give me the horse that won. I'd give me, like, say, 200 quid or something. Give us that. I know it's won. I know it's after the race, but click it as if it's before it. And then I'd go and say I got caught with 5 grand or 10 grand in the car, and the cop would got me saying, "I won it today, there it is." I'd be on the ticket. Well, what was the man look like? I don't fucking know. It's just a ticket, what they call it, tacker or something. I said I won it there, so anyway they couldn't do fuck all. So what I used to do was I used to also get the car park ticket. I used to park the car, so it was there. So they'd say, right, we've got 150 grand here. That's what they got off me when I got caught with. So the 150 grand, I said I was at the race course. Can you prove it? So I went to my house, go to my car. I had about 10 newspapers in the back seat. All of them are from New York and Catterick and all them places. I used to go. I didn't used to bet. I used to use it, and I'd say I won it there. I won on the horse. So I can't remember fucking blow. It was that many, but I still had the doubt in the jury's man, and they couldn't take me to court. They were fucked. And I also used to I used to get my pal telling me 50 grand, and I'd give him 55 grand, allegedly. And then if I get stopped to say my mate's Clinton, I used to give him $1,000 a week back. And say I'm selling bits and bobs clothes and things like that, because you could do it then. There was no law then, and I'd be able to take it back. But now, I'd buy like a 60 ring bam bam. I'd go and buy a 60 grand car, like a Porsche. And after the next day, and go and buy a 40 grand car. Next day, spend 100 grand on cars. Couldn't do a thing, but now, you get caught with a few thousand in your pocket. You've got to prove where you got it from. It's a fucking nightmare. That's why I packed them all in. Packed it all in. I said, it's not worth it. Losing your house in it's not worth it. Kevin Oasis were offered a deal yesterday. I refused. Sign it. Good. Oasis. I used to live in there was a pub where I used to live called the Oasis pub in Redcar, and all the lads used to go and drink, and used to see them sitting outside, and I'd say, and you'd be like, go on, Jack, come on, yeah, screaming like fuck for a horse, like fucking, you must have won a fortune. How much you win there, like, mate? 3 quid. Are you having a fucking laugh? 3 quid. You fucking deafened me for 3 quid. You were laughing like fuck me uncles, and they'd be sat out. You go to train, say, get up in the morning, 10 o'clock, get about 8 o'clock. What's the telly about 10? What's a bit of bodybuilding, bit of Arnold or something on the old DVD, bit of bodybuilding, and then get your breakfast and stuff, and take your packed lunch with you, your chicken and stuff like that, and go to the gym. But when you were going, you could see them on her pedal bike. You used to ride by, and they'd all be stood there. They would have a red pen in the back there with a little white tip on it, where it would, like a little red pen, Ladbrokes pen, and they'd have like a sun paper screwed up in the back pocket and a pair of jeans and a Wrangler jacket on, and they'd go, no, I've got 2 quid on this dog, I've got £1.50 on the dog. If that one wins that one, it'll make 3 quid, he'll make 4, I'll have 8 quid to you. I'm like, fucking 8 quid. I'm fucking standing there all day to make 8 quid. I fucking know this shit. The only thing I'd ever do is gamble. Fucking shite. Yeah, you had barn owls, you had monsters, you had loads of fucking things. You used to see me and Gary. Gary used to live, I can't Gary's second name. We used to live up near Eston Hills, and we used to go and we watched me, Peter, Gary, and his missus. I can't remember the lad's name, and we had some coke that night, and we watched Nigel Benn fighting Eubanks. We all wanted Nigel Benn to win, but Eubanks was fucking brilliant. Simply the best. He fucking was. He was brilliant. Really, really good boxer, him. Ryan Hudson, that's the one to say, yeah. Ryan come to there. Said, fucking hell, this is the IRA and UDF you're dealing with, Brian. He went, so we had to take 100 grand through. I can't tell you what it was all about. Anyway, we fucking, I never taxed anyone for it. I was involved with getting the debts for them. We used to make sure the North East side boxed off. And I went down, he went, fuck's sake, Brian, this is the fucking military. You've shut us down here, don't have the fucking fight, we're going to get killed. And so when they opened this band on, and they had all these rifles pointed at them, it looked like they had measles. So they've done it as a joke, and the lads, we were just having a laugh with them. And he said, I've only brought a couple of kids with us. He said, we've got ours with us. So they opened these doors up, and they pointed these rifles at us. They all had red dots on us. So I look like they've got measles. And he doesn't give a fucking, does he? And Ryan Hudson was going, you're fucking Barbie, you, Brian. You don't give a fuck, do you? I'm sat here shaking myself. You're fucking talking to them. We're all right, me. When you work with people like that, they're the best people to work with. They're the top of the league people. And always the best people. They don't rip you off because they look at the big picture. They don't think a quick rip, 10 grand. They look at things in the future where you can make hundreds of thousands of pounds for years and years and years. Once you do just a daft quick rip, it's not worth doing it. Unless it's some daft little cunt or it's been a cheeky little fucking, you take it off and put in cheeky. But there's ones where you work where you get killed off them fuckers. Blow your fucking house up, fucking destroy you. The Grand National soon, yeah. I won in there a few times just without. My mum put a horse on. I picked Red Rum. It was 1977, I think it was, in 1973. I think it won 3 times. It was the best horse, wasn't it, that? And was Old Eating. That was a good horse. That one with Bob Champion. I knew all this from my uncles that would scream and shout over a fucking horse. My uncle went, he saved £10,000 up. And he'd been on these no fun window fitting down London for about 2 years. He came back, he had 10 grand. He went to the vetting office. I went to him and he was up 15 grand. I went, oh, leave it, Tam, leave it, you fucking, you can't. He said, oh, someone more be all right. I said, no, you've won 15 fucking £1,000. That's fucking a year's fucking wages you were down there. You come back, you got 15 grand, don't touch it. So I went for a Mars bar from Starbucks. I've been there watching him for hours. Come back in, he lost a fucking lot. He was asking me for a £5 at the end of the night. I went, I haven't got no money. I did. £15,000 wasted. Kevin's G. Anyone remember the horse? Grace Payne? No, I don't remember that. I remember what they used to. I remember there was a horse and it was running and it was a red car and I was on the I did the car park when I was 18, parking the cars and that, and then I got 9 quid off, I think I got, and then I used to do the camera patrol. So you've got like, it's a mile long. It's a mile long. It's called the starting gate and the winning post. That's what it's called. What end's the starting gate? What end's called the winning post. I worked on there. So he said, look, I want you there. There's a big building there with a ladder all the way to the top. Are you scared heights? I said, no, I'm all right. As long as I've got something to hold. I said, I don't like looking over edges. So he said, I want you to run up that ladder, run across the roof, then get up on the other roof and run on the other ladder, get to the top and get the camera photo finishing off him. So when there's a student inquiry, they'd take a picture. So I had to run across the course everywhere. It was all they put like a special flag up so you could know you could run across. And I was one of the only people who could run across. Not everyone could do it. And I'd get that and I'd come back and I'd give it to him. And I used to get, I think it was 80 quid a day, which is a lot of money when I was only 18. Fucking hell, 42 years ago. So and he looked after me. The bloke was lovely because he knew I was smart. I was also cutting shaving. I mean, all these were scruffy cunts. And we used to go on the bus, like you say, it was a cat trick, I think. It was Catholic, I'm sure that was the other one. Yeah, I used to go there. Sometimes it would be a nightmare. There would be fucking rain and there'd be fucking mud everywhere, like a washout. Fucking horrible. And then other times it was nice. But there was never no show off any cunt. I didn't give a fuck at any. I was 18, I'd fight any fucker. Kevin, great movie. No, I haven't heard that. 13th, 14th Grand National. April the 13th, 14th Grand National. Red rum. You know what red rum spell? Murder backwards. He's always fucking coming up with something. That's what they say. And they're on he's fucking always coming up with something that we haven't got a fucking clue he's on about. Red rum backwards is murder. Kevin has 20 pence. 20 pence. Is that your last keep you in shape, mate? I know. My uncle Jerry said he only used to have £1, but couldn't on a Saturday. And if you lost, you couldn't go out for the night. But I used to think, like, you've got the money in your pocket. Fucking, you've got your money to go out tonight. Oh, I can't stand it, mate. Freedom. Honest, I swear down, it does me fucking happening. It's horrible. I'd rather just fucking tax someone, just take it off me. I never lose. You lose all the time with them things. When I go taxing, mate, I just go, well, give us your fucking money. Give us all your money. Give us all your money. I never used to do it with bad people. When I took gear off good people, and I found out, I got lads to phone me and say, Brian, my name's such a Liverpool, you were in jail with Steve Cole. I'm related to him. He said, he's such. I said, listen, mate, I didn't know it was there, Steve. Tell him a lump of bits. Phone the lad out and say, hey, mate, come get your stuff and give him 12 for your cannabis back. About three grand a case, you know what I mean? So you're talking like 36,000 fucking pound there. And this is like fucking 25, 30 years ago. I give him a map, and then he hustled through some stuff in ecstasy tablets. I made like a couple of grand off them, but you can't tax people, your friends. You need them. When the staunch people 100% will stand by you. You don't touch them, you only touch the scumbags. The ones I tax are the ones going, comes to my house, I'll get him shot. Oh, I just love that. That was music to my ears. That was just like me. That was just like, you've just given me the key to your door. You have to come. Going to what to me? Going to do what? I'd grab him on the doorstep and fucking shake him, rag him around on the doorstep, push him to the fucking door, but they never have kids in. Like, only places where they sell drugs. Like I said before, I went to one house. He said, I'll shoot you, but I had a gun. I went, shoot me daft, and I went to run at him like that, and he shot me. I went, oh, fuck. He hit me like that, and I hit like that. I grabbed my hand, and I thought he'd shot me. But like that, there was a yellow fucking, tiny little fucking thing, like a yellow, like a BB gun. He stupid, so I ran down the path at him. It was in there, I was in the Hartlepool, and near Rosby Park. I went to get him. There was 20 grand on the table, but when I got to the door, there was like the stairway there, and it was out. There was the kitchen, was that side, council house. You know, they're all the same build, and that side was the living room, but there was a big, baby gate. 2 kids, 3 and 4 year old kids. I thought, I can't go in there. And his wife come to the door, said, oh, I've got the wrong door. He ran off that door. But he ended up shitting himself. He didn't pay me 2 grand in the end. Yeah, it's the ones that talk shit. I'll fight Cockerill. I went to have a fight with one, and then Bishop Auckland telling people he was going to have a fight with me. So he's bullying this lad all the time called Dave. Another one called fucking Dave. So he said, if you have a fight with him, he was a lumberjack lad. He worked in a lumberjack for the Stevens, had the shirt. And he come round the corner, so it was about 3 or 4 o'clock. I thought, get him before the kids come home from school. And he came on about 4 o'clock, and he come round, he come like in a cul-de-sac, all the privies round it, bushes. And are you such and such, Dave? I said, sorry, are you such and such? Bullying Dave all the time, taking his gear off him. He said, who are you? You Brian Cockerill, aren't you? I went, yeah. He said, I can't fight you. I said, no, you can't. I said, all I want from you now is your hand, and I'll give you my hand. As long as you don't tax him no more. I promise you. And if his kids come out, like, hey son, you all right, son? Well, let the kids know we were arguing. And I said, no, I won't, I promise you. And it was all right with him, And then later on, I ended up helping him. He was getting fucking trouble at his door. So we used to do text me and tell you, we'd knock on the door for someone and say, look, I went to one door in Dubai, we knocked on the door, I said, my name's Ryan Cockerill, I work for a friend of mine, Tommy Smith, double glazing, Portrait Lane. £5,000. You've got a £15,000 conservatory being built. The back garden it's done. Yeah, but it's leaking. I said, well, I'll get 2 engineers and get that fixed. No, it's not right. I want this. I said, listen, I tell you what I'll do. I'll get somebody to come and take it down then. She went, oh no, don't do that. I said, he said, we are police. You pulled his badge out and all that. Went, well, you should know better, shouldn't you? And she came and said, I'm police as well. I said, well, you both should know better. I said, well, what are you going to do? Phone the police on me. You look really good in the paper, won't you? I said, you own the debt enough? They went, yeah. He said, well, can you give me about 3 or 4 days? I went, I'll give you a week or a month. It's up to you. If you want to pay £1 a month, we'll do it. I said, no, I'd rather pay it straight away. So anyway, he phoned me about 4 hours later. He said, can you come back? I've got the money. And he gave me £5,000 and £50 notes. He gave me it. I said, thanks very much. I said, by the way, have you got any debts? He said, yeah, actually, not me. My brother sold the car. We'll have the garage. He put it in the garage. And he's then he took the car out, he blew the engine up. He said, so it's down to him. I said, no, it's not down to him. I said, it's down to the man, your brother's given somebody to fix a car. He's took your car out and blew the engine. He has to fix the engine. We thought that. He said, but they were refusing to pay for it. They said we haven't got a leg to stand on. I said, leave it with me. Straight over to fucking Darlington. Leave my mate Lewis, top fighter from Dalston, knows what I'm about. Goes to the fucking door, me, Keveridge, and Big Richie Muse. Knocks on the fucking door. I said, my name's Brian Crocker. He said, I know you are. I said, what about my mate? My brother-in-law's car. The one with this, they always have the speech impediment when I get there. They're all big mouths on the phone, but when I get face to face to them, they turn to fucking jelly. I said, listen, mate, don't fuck me. Don't bullshit. Do you owe the money or not? Well, I don't know the money, but I have blew the engine up. I said, well, can you replace that engine? Oh, you're going to pay the money for what it's going to cost anyway. He said, I'll get it replaced. So he replaced it. I got the car back for the bloke. And it was about $6,000. I said, look, since you paid that other money straight away, just give me $2,000. He went, you sure? You said it was 50-50. I went, no. Since you were right with me, just give us $2,000. I got my mate, and I got $1,000. So we were okay with it. Then I went to another one. He used to do television. You know, them boxes, what they put on to come up. Like a box where you could get in America. You would go to money to a lad, $15,000. I'm not paying it. He said, so I'll get Kev Rich. Kev Rich, fucking Brian, like a son, like a brother to me. So he said, so I phoned Kevin and Rich, he wouldn't use it. He said, these fucking divvies can you have this massive house near, I can't remember what it was, Blackhall, pool table, snooker table, all sorts of massive, multi-millionaire American. So I said to him, look, you have to pay the money. He said, well, I'll give you this. I said, listen, you give me what you fucking owed. Simple as that. And they looked at them too, fucking, don't look at us, we're only here trying to help you. You're going to have to pay them. So now they're paying them something. And I got the money off them. Can I give you 12? No, 15. I said, you're 15, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm going to leave 3,000. And said it the best place, try to be a clever cunt. I'll get, and then they did it. There was a one from Park End, Steve knows what I'm on about. I'll get Joe. He said, what's he going to do? Wash me fucking windows? You fucking crank. So I got on the phone. I said, listen, this staff cunt, he gets threatened me. You went, what was it? For about the phone, he said, pay the fucking money, you, using my fucking name. Whenever you use Brian against me, my name against me, he said, I can't do that with him. Just pay him the fucking money. Then I got him again. £10,000, £10,400 that one. So twice I got him. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck how big the reputation was. I didn't give a fuck how many people he had. I just didn't give a fuck. I'd go anywhere. I used to go to Leicester, Luton, Birmingham, fucking London, fucking Bradford, Doncaster. I went to fight 11 dogs for 120 grand. All the way to Doncaster. Me and the travellers went down to fight him, and he had a roofing business, and he had a Saab convertible, and he was a big fucking lump, and he come to a window, it was like an arch window, and he come out, it was a council estate. It was a nice area, it was a bit like Rosewood, and he come out, nice house, $100,000 house. So you come to the thing, you could see him like in the window. It was about 5 o'clock late night, and the travellers were coming with you. You got to where the travelling camp was, you went in on the camp like that, and when I went in, I said, no, it's fine, look, I'll fight. I said, do you behave yourself? Stop fucking about. I'm here to do business. And you fucking sparring me and throwing that punch, and you catch me or something, and I lose my temper. He said, fucking behave. The oldest bloke was there. He said, fucking behave. The man's coming to help us. Proper Irish tripsies. So I said, I'll fight him. I said, what I get? He said, we'll give you half the money. I said, fuck, this one's on me. So he went to fight him, goes over. I said, they went, let him see us. So I thought, he must be special, this fucking bloke, because they're scared of him, the travellers. I thought, they're really scared of this fucker. So he must have been like a proper gangster or something. He had a big fucking neck on him, monster neck. He looked like him, like a hot job of fucking James Bond. I said, hey mate, he said, I know you are, you're Brian Cockerill, aren't you? I went, yeah. He said, about the money, the 120 grand, I went, yeah. Do you owe the money, son? He went, yeah. I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. There's a big brass verge. You know, in the council stage, you get there's a big verge, isn't there? Like, nearly all of them have got that. There's like, say, 10 houses around them, and in where the cul-de-sac is, there's a glass verge. Well, verge, out the way, I will go jump in the car somewhere and I'll fight at the tarmac. You keep the money. If I win that bank, you pay me. I'll just pay the money bank, and I'll just pay it. I said, how can you pay it? So I can't pay it on one go, but I'll pay it like every week. I'll pay something. what, like, in what? He said 10, 20 grand a week. I said, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Anyway, he paid it, and then, anyway, it was all right, but it was nice. He said to them, he said, fuck fighting him. You're having a laugh, aren't you? No fucking chance. He said, I wouldn't have a fucking chance. I have no chance. I've seen him, he'd seen me fight, see. A couple of fights he had. I bet you threw money at you, yeah, he said, mate, I made fucking millions, and I mean millions of pounds. Bad man would tell you if he was here now. He said, you must have made 12, 15 million pounds behind your lifetime. Just tax and dealers, and how much did you make selling, and how much did you make on the doors? Fucking ridiculous. The travellers from our end who were on the camp in Powesfield said, never known anyone make as much money as him. Fucking ridiculous. But I used to give it away to people. I feel sorry for people's kids. Kids want operations and things. I'd give them like fucking 10 grand to get the kids' legs fixed, or I'd give the wife some money to fucking who wanted the baby. One of my friend and his wife couldn't have babies, so I'd give them the money for the fertility thing, so they could have a kid. They had 2 little girls. So you help people out, but people don't hear all that. They only hear all the bad things. But I used to love it when there used to be a gang. There were like 10 of them. That was my favourite, because I knew I'd knock the cunts out. There's no way they'd beat me. And I'd go there and go, right. And they'd come over and I'd go, bang, bang, take 2 or 3 of them. Once you hit 2 or 3 of them, especially the big ones, they hit the deck like a bag of shite full, like a deck chair. Then the rest start thinking, fucking on. They're like, then they're like, it's like that when they got me in their house and they would hit me with hammers and bars. If they'd have hit me full force, because I was dropping them in the place and picking them up and throwing them into walls and stuff, they really hit me at first. In the end, they were like, ugh, I'm like scared, like fuck. And they were all top people. I'd say out of the 14 of them, 6 of them are dead now, and 5, 6 of them have been done for murder. So they were a naughty team from the northeast who tried to kill me. They were going to put me in a fucking boat, Phil Berryman's boat. It's in his book. He was going to put me in a body bag in a boat because Tommy Harrison was there, Buster was there, the man across the road was there, Andrew Harrison was there, and there was another kid there. There was a neighbour's kid. There was 5 witnesses in the house. So when they got them in the house, put guns to their heads and threatened them. When I come in, they would have killed me. They had the body bags there. They would have chopped me up with fucking chainsaws and everything. They all come out in the end. They always come out in the wash. But they had that much respect for me because I wouldn't fucking go in. I wouldn't pack in. I wouldn't stop fighting. And even when they put me down, chopped me to fuck, I somehow managed to get the young kid said, I seen you around. He said, I'm balking with the blood coming out of you. He said, and you went, come on. You got up on your foot and you were hobbling. He said, I've got your arm. And Andrew got you the other side of you, and we got you outside on the wall. You were still trying to fight with your leg on the wall, he said, hobbling on one leg. And he said, come on, you're still offering him out to fight. I've never seen out like it. He said, fucking, the bravery was unreal. He said, they shit themselves. Yeah. Kevin G. Mike Will got Tappin, Ted Doll, Peter. I'm not. Yeah, Peter. Peter in the box. Calls you. Stops. 3 grams, mate. Oh, them 3 grams are fucking awful, mate. Them 3 grams and them gabapentin. I got them gabapentin off the doctor when I was bad. And they gave me them and I took 2. I was alright. I took another 2. Not working, he's fucking aching. Took another 2. But I ended up being on like 8 a day. So he said, oh, that's fuck all that. Now some people are on 60 a day. I'm like, fucking 60. So I fucking come off them. So I come off them. I'm not joking. About 2 days, I was like, shaking. Fuck's wrong with me? I'm dying. I thought I've got fucking multiple sclerosis or something. Went to the doctor. He went, oh, you just come in. It's just they're opiates. I went, you never fucking told me they were opiates. I went, fucking was out with him in the doctors. And he said, oh, you have to keep doubling up, or they won't work. I went, you never told me that, you. And I felt like fucking punching the doctor in the face, raging with him. So yeah, they're fucking horrible. There's blue ones in there and there's orange ones in orangey colour. They're fucking disgusting, them. Well, the ones I've got now are called naproxen. But they're not really toxic out for your liver and stuff. But I still get the fucking, what's it called? Oral morph. Still get that off them. Like $5 a month. It's that fucking bad, honestly. Pain. I had to take it 3 times last night. Sometimes I don't have it for 4 days. But when I train really hard, I woke up last night, the fucking shoulder, my back, my hands, my neck. my neck killing there, my lower back, and I got up with tears in my eyes with pain. So I only get a 0.2. She's just got me a little 0.2 there, like a little sucker thing. I'll put it in that. I'll have that, but I don't take it all the time. But obviously, I've been on these doing 2.5 hours a night. But just having a laugh at you as well. I had channels. He changed his name about that. That's a good night, Brian. And yeah, good night, Mark. Have a nice day or son. I'll speak to you tomorrow. You look after yourself. Get a nice hot bath, brother. Try and get, if you can't sleep at night, try and get some fucking, what's the fucking called? I can't remember the fucking thing I'm looking for. Can't get a fucking tablet now for him. You take it, and then you take one. You say, oh, what the fucking name of it now? If anyone's getting cramp and you want some potassium, but you can get the potassium out of sweet like yams or bananas. Bananas are good, but the sweet yams have got about 900 in one sweet yam. 900 of potassium. So potassium stops you getting cramps. You get cramps sometimes when you train a lot, and you get the like footballers get it a lot. But people eat bananas, but there's only about 300 grams of potassium in them. They're still good for you. They're good for energy and all that. To me, he's a good lad. Yes, and he's a lovely lady. Absolutely lovely lady she is. Peter Vox, are you still on? See what I mean? It's supposed to be friends, they just fucking leave you. They're all right bastards. Look at them kicking me in the touch. Look at them all leaving me. Fucking no good in the trenches, you lot. I thought you were fucking family. Easy bite, don't they? I'm making a cup of me, say freedom. Fucking so you drive a cup of tea and talk to me. Is that what it's like? I get races ready to beat you up. I get it to beat you up. I get to get you the wrong ticket at the race course. Salford's biggest Joe Morris. Never heard of him, mate. I know people from Salford. I was in with Eddie Massey. Paul Massey was very good friends with my mate, Paul Lyons. Monkey Lyons, great, like fucking lunatic. Monkey Lyons, proper fucking psychopath. Fucking right. Me and him in Durham, New Year, bottle of vodka, a bottle of fucking whiskey. I did like whiskey. I was drinking there, playing pool at 2 o'clock in the morning. Every country in the fucking thingies were on the phones, our own phones, telly in the pad. Fucking white into the building. Mr. Matthews, the security school, and all the others like from Brian just from the fucking jail. He's got everything boxed up. Then they had all the fucking lads from Billy Cruthers and all them are in. So Brian, you ain't the fucking daddy. I am the fucking daddy. You know what, like fucking hilarious. And he used to love me because he used to always help them out. Well, they had no gear and Tam Jeezy, I never took them. I took one once and I threw me fucking guts. I thought they were like speed or something. And it was just, I don't need to start taking drugs, see. So I had a little go and I got fucking stunk with shit because they put them in the paper in their ass. I went, how the fuck did you sniff them? They're fucking minging. They're called, horrible little white, like little saccharins who were like fucking horrible. I threw me guts up. I can't take anything out of me, like my heroin out there, I wouldn't be able to take that. The smell of it stinks. My mate was having it before, and it's like fish, like rotten fish. The smell of it fucking stunk. I couldn't take other stuff either, that fucking fish food I take. Them pre-caps can take them either. I've got them tramadol, but they're okay if you have 2. If you have 3, I start hallucinating. I was having 4. She was giving me 4. I was having 2. And 2 of the other ones, and then 2. So I was having 4, and then another 4 times a day. I was like, fucking hell. I was seeing elephants and everything in the bedroom and everything flying about. It was fucking mad. I was looking at it. I can see the elephant though. I really can do with the sky. I can see the trunk and all that. I was seeing it. And my Emma could see the shapes the same as me. She must be on them as well then. She's fucking laughing her head off. I went, there's a fucking dragon up there, look. And she went, yep, I can see it. You're fucking take the piss, you. Mark Emerson, good night, son. Love you all the world, Mark. Always here for you, you know that. You're welcome to come by anytime, mate. You're just up the road. But get that fucking lorry up my front. He got his head off. That fucking lorry up my front. Oh, that was it. He said there was a bloke the other day said, this fucking cunt the other day. He reminded me, he said, I just couldn't have it. I thought I'd tell Mark, he said, fucking bloke the other day driving, he said, you just reminded me of one of them fucking lorries that want to overtake everyone. Well, you know, he said, just reminded me of one of them lorry drivers that want to overtake every cunt. He said he was doing me head in on the motorway. And I was fucking back laughing. I was thinking, it'll be Mark Emerson. Get out the fucking way, Mark. Yeah, he said, this fucking bloke the other day told me head, and he said he was driving on the motorway just like a fucking lorry. He looked like one of them lorry drivers that like to say, like to say, get out of the way every fucker. I was thinking it was Mark chasing him, just in my head. I had Mark chasing him. I was fucking pissing me off laughing. Yeah, keyboard, boy, you're fucking divvies. If you want to come on the go, my name's Johnny 157, you're a fucking coward because that's what he does, that daft fucking scruffy, minging, horrible. I don't even want to say his name no more. Just a divvy. And be gone. And be gone now. Be gone now. That's funny. Jimmy B's funny. Jimmy B. They're saying that he's peeing himself. What was that fucking lorry? Yeah, there was one before, I was telling Mark before. He was fucking driving down Portrack, big fucking Portrack where we live. And it's fucking chock out, industrial estates and stuff, and all sorts is there, and B&Qs and fucking hypermarkets and fucking all them Dickens Home Improvement, hypermarket, all them type of places. Fucking big, massive Frank's Carpets, all them type of places. So I'm driving down, I'm in a Cosworth, and I'm driving, I was fucking massive, and I would come at the side, and this big fat lorry driver was about 30 stone, big fat fucker he was, big massive hands, but he looked about 25-year-old. He weighed more than he weighed more than his fucking age. So I'm sat there, and the next minute he went, move. I went, you what? He went, move. He just said, do us a favour, move, mate. He went, move your fucking vehicle. So I pulled in front, put the fucking handbrake on, jumped out of this guy went, don't hit me, please don't hit me. He fucking throw 30 clam like a big marshmallow man he was. He had these big fucking stupid bands on his arm, like, you know, studded armband, like fucking, what do you call them bands? Heavy metal bands. He was like one of them with the fucking all the studs on. He looked like Led Zeppelin or something t-shirt with all these studded armbands. He looked the part. He had no ass. He had fucking complete shit out. Please don't hit me, he was shouting. I think he was a Cockney. He shit his fucking self. And when he dropping some stuff off, yeah, I said, don't ever fucking talk to me like that. No, horrible, really bad, like nasty, swearing at me and that. But I didn't have to give him a fucking angry, pissed himself. Hardest thing to do ever, but getting off them pre-girls. You need to keep off them fucking. You need to keep off those talking about pre-girls stay. Yeah, you better fucking keep off them. I'll get you fucking my niece to fucking tell me if I'll come round and fucking make sure you're off the cunts. She'll tell me anyway. She knows, trust me. Keep an eye on you, boy. Fucking getting in trouble, you in the end. You need to fucking behave. I told you if you need out to do before me first. I'm getting there where I'm going to be back soon. I'm telling you now, about 6 months' time, I'm going to be back. The tax man's back. All them years they've thought I've gone over the 20 years, they think, he's fucking back. His back's back, so he's back. Can you imagine if I come back and do me taxing them all? I'll fucking have them all away again. I don't care. I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever. Mark, I said, that's me, you mad fuck. Said face like a lorry driver. It was fucking out. It was on the radio. The normal radio, and you listen to the radio because I was picking them up from the shop. He said, I was fucking out there the other day. He's got one of them, you know, like one of them lorry driver faces. It was like, get out the fucking way. I want past everyone, move. But you do just loads of them like that, and they're like beating me, and I'm going, fuck off, you cunt. So what I do is, I slow down to 30. You know the flyover? You're supposed to be down 70. I do 30. And they're going, big fucking horn. They're going, la 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 la. And he's looking at me, he's going, move, down here. I'm going, fuck off, you daft cunt. What are you going to do? And then they'll see, this is the best one. We used to have it all the time. I'd be out with Benzie or someone, a little bride, somebody go, beep, beep, beep behind me. So I'd pull up the side and jump up and go, oh, sorry, I didn't know it was your bride. Fucking shit themselves. Didn't know they'll realise how big you are. Oh, I'm sorry, mate, I didn't mean that. I meant it was him in front. There's no one else in front. It's only me and you on the road, you like trying to get out of it. Fucking hilarious. So, I didn't notice you, Brian. Sorry. Fucking hilarious, some of them. Said some funny times, like, you do for taxes. We went to there was this bloke, he was doing cigarettes, and he was waiting for them, the Irish lads, and he guaranteed there was 50 grand, you'd get your money back if the power went wrong. So they'd bring them over in containers, and he had a place in York, and it was a furniture. He had them, them beds when they first come out about 20 years ago, where they were like they help you back. I can't remember the fucking call them. Like the space fucking age ones, I've got one now, and they really are good. And he's so me and Terry went anyway. There were about 6 young lads, 25, 30 year old. They came out, and this lad owed 50 grand to these lads. So when he said, "Oh, I've been waiting for the naughty people," he said, "We are the naughty people." Terry's funny as fuck. And he said, "Look, well, what can I do?" He said, "Well, what are you going to give us today?" So he gave us £500 for good faith. But then the lads walked over. I said, "Listen, mate, see them? They're all they are is people working here. They're not capable of taking me on." I said, "Even the 6, 7, 8, another 6 out there, I'll wipe them out in 2 fucking seconds, and I'll really hurt them." I said, "I don't want to do that." "Oh, no, I promise you." And his wife came out, and she was obviously bought from fucking Thailand or whatever, and he had a little daughter, so it didn't kick off. But he ended up paying. He paid the 50 grand back, and he gave me another 18 grand with the fucking stuff. He was okay with us. Called him fucking David, another one. Just as you go into York, when you come through, on the left hand side, being industrial estate, got the money off him. He was going to come here and build a house. He was going to come here and have in Teesside Park, and I'd go on business with the furniture. He said, "If I work with you, nobody better with me." Well, I did that the week when my kidneys are bad. I drank loads of orange juice, like not that one, of sugar and bit of lemon, stuff like that. And then a couple of days, I was drinking 10, 12 pints a day, and it went and I had a bit of a kidney infection. Fucking really stinging. Poor hangman spent 4 hours going to the prison and was shut off. For fuck's sake, poor cunt. Oh, poor little fucker. He's a lovely kid, him, What a fucking lovely kid he is, Really is a nice kid. He's really intelligent and all, super intelligent, right up there with me. He was talking to me and then we're talking about 3 hours one day. Fucking hell, he really knows his stuff. Really is really clever. But he's got a lovely heart. Lovely kid. I went to one embarrassing this one. I went to one some called this like Pod. He lived over Billingham and he's waiting for these lads in Billingham. He was doing the speed, and he was doing the ease and stuff. Anyway, the fucking mentioned my name. I will shoot Cockerill. So me again. I got an axe put in the bushes near Wynyard Hall, just before Billingham. It's on the way to Hartley. I know all the little back roads be around there. Fucking clever as fuck. I used to try to travel. Say, "Oh, the fuck, do you know all these roads?" I said, "I've known for years. Well, you could take your car, and the cops couldn't see you. And there's no main road. You can nick through a little village and go through the other village and get the other way and get to Hartley." But anyway, fucking, we went to them. I fucking forgot my story. What's the talk about? Oh, for fuck's sake! I hit me a good story there. No, I'm thinking one there. I'm thinking another one at the same time. I fucking forgot it now. Oh, what was he thinking about? It'll come back to me. Fucking hell. Oh, that was it, yes. So he goes over to Billingham. So I goes in this flat. There's about 17 dealers in there. Right, they're doing drugs and selling everything, right? So I've lined them all up. I'll get a fortune here. Give us your fucking, they're all mouthy cunts. We're on the phone. I was running around the corner. We were being cheeky on the phone. So I was in the house. So I went and kicked the fucking door in. One of them ended up shooting the pub window out. And me and Chris Curry sorted it out. It was called the Telstar, the pub. I went and sorted it out. And they charged me. I charged him £1,000. No, 1,250 quid to give Chris 250. And I give a lad 250 who shot the window out. And I promised he wouldn't come in. I called Joe McGlade from there. He got done for murder. So then they went, "Oh, we don't want you to do it now." The lad's been in, apologised. I said, "Well, who do you think fucking got him to come in?" "Oh, we're not paying." I said, Anya. And these fucking scumbags. So they said, "Oh, we'll give you £250 a week, or you can just one-off payment." So they said, I would go to 250. I was there about 7 hours all day. I went back on the night, and then they tried to come out with that. So the brother was about 6'7". He was a window fixer, close to a millionaire, but he was a fucking gobshite. Anyway, he started being a cheeky on the phone. I said, who the fuck do you think you're talking about? To get that fucking money to my house, you stupid cunt. He's about 6'7", about 20 stone, but no heart, big skinny legs, all over body. Anyway, I got up. He put £1,250 for the letterbox. I got the next day, put another £1,250 through. It was only $1,250 for the whole job. He fucking shit himself. But I swear on that phone, like, Sykes' sister's pissed herself. He probably pissed himself. So I got up about $2,500 for the job. But I was supposed to only get $1,250 because I screamed at him. His wife come on being cheeky cunt as well, so they're off. Cheeky cunt. She put me in the. I said, this lad just blew somebody's windows out, so he's capable of killing someone. 2 years later, he stabbed the lad and killed him. I was in jail with him in no mouth. He got about 15 years for stabbing. So when I went in, I lined them all up in these flats. I thought, you get them on the films. I think they're tough in that. You fucking cheeky little cunt, you. Open your pockets. Nothing in them. Next one. I went through 17 of them, right? I come out with a $5 and a fucking one ecstasy tablet. It was the worst tax in fucking history. I was like, fucking hell, I was devastated. Oh, this was getting about, I thought. I look like a right fucking idiot. 17 people, dealers. None of them had any money and none of them had any fucking drugs. Only one ecstasy and a $5. I fucking got it anyway. As I'm coming out, Bod sat in the next room. When he looked through his window, he sat there counting hundreds of pounds of notes out like that. He went, oh, such and such. I said, no, it is. But I got the wrong people. I thought it was them who had the money. He had the money. And he knew me because he used to get off my mate Richie. Richie drive land. Richie used to do Land Rovers for us. We did any black Land Rovers. They're really, pulling doors off hinges. We used to drop like blagging places. The Land Rovers, he used to build them for us, and we'd pull the fucking doors off for the Land Rovers. Really good lads. We'd get them away and then bed them out. They were like warehouses with stuff in. We used to make a fortune doing it. I never did it. I'd make sure they did it, and I'd set the place up. Because I had people working at places would give me tip-offs, people up high up. Hey, have you come working for me? I had fucking bank managers having coke off me. I had fucking solicitors. I had fucking barristers down into the country like, oh, it's the best cocaine game I've ever had. It's really good. It really gets you off your tits. Another way to talk. Fucking dead posh. I had them from all over the place. Fucking that. And then what amount of people, because in them days, it was a £50-100 a gram. So only people like money, like, public house people. Darlington used to make a fortune because Darlington's full of rich people, full of travellers. The biggest camp will be in the north, but it's mainly people who've got money. They're all conservative over there. Yarm, they did a survey on in Yarm. 64% of the women were taking cocaine in the survey that they did from London because they've all had money. They all had money. I remember getting some coke before I was getting off this line. He used to have one arm and one leg. Brian, I called him, from Sunderland. He was only Bukes, mate. And he was charging £1,100 an ounce. That's what I was going for then. But it was pure Colombian flake. So I got it. And the one I had, I was paying £1,000 an ounce for it. And it was probably 40%, 50%. This was fucking unbelievable. So what I used to do, the other one, I used to put 2 ounces in with one and make 3. And I'd charge him $3,000, so I'd make $2,000 back because it used to cost me I'd make about £200 short of $2,000 because I'd give the lads £100 to drop it off. So I'd make like £1,800 or something off this. So I'd have to buy it for £1,000, so about 1,800 quid I'd make, something like that. So when I got this stuff, this other lad, he'd give me it. He used to have it in his false leg, the gear. He'd make me on the way to Sunderland. First tear off at Sunderland, go and see him in the house, lived in Council Street, and I'd get the gear off and I'd go back. I'd get it and I'd put it in there, tested it, come back 0.9 point something, pure coke. So I just done the same. I put 2 with 1 and made 3. And I sold them to them for £1,100 each. And I went, the mate, I can't say his name, but Steve knows him. And I give him, he went, everyone over the bar is balking. They were in the fucking pub on the night, they were balking thrown up. You know what it was? It was too fucking strong. Instead of being 10%, it was something like 40% fucking street. It's about 33% street coke. We were barking the guts up. Because we're having big lines and said, you need a little lime if it's really good. So I said, oh yeah, I'll take it back. I said, but it's going to cost me more money. So I thought, I'm on a fucking winner here, sweet. So I got it. So what I done is I got it off him and I added another 1 to the 3. Made it into 4. Give him it back. He went, oh, it's miles better. I said, yeah, but it's £1,200. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4,800 quid for 3 grand of the stuff I was getting back. They thought it was fucking great because they were used to the fucking street coke. This was like pure coke. This he was getting off these Colombians from Bolivia. My mate used to get a lad called Steve. I won't say he's sitting in from London, massive firm, biggest firms down there. And he was doing it in Bolivia and he used to make it and he had a big fucking hole in his nose. All his nose was fucked. And he got done, he got 15 years, I think. Not 5 years he got, sorry. And they put him in a hole in the ground for complaining because he got that much jail. And they fed him bread and water. I thought, oh, fuck that. You know them Bolivian jails? Fuck that, I thought. But he knew everything about the coke and he was telling me how you make it and what you do with it, how you press it and all that stuff. It was fascinating when you start to know it. Old Chino was good at it. Chino taught me loads. He used to do it all. It was class Chino. It was really, really good. Like speed, if you put too much glucose in, it goes funny on the spoon when you inject it. If you put too much, used to put lactose would block the needle up and stuff like that for people who injected it. But I never doing it. I used to do it for them. I used to do it just for people to take, like for speed bums and that. Not want to inject it, but it was excellent stuff, and people loved it because it was like pure gear. And you used to have to say to them, look, only take a 0.2 of it because it's that strong. And the thing's fucking brilliant. That's nice. What I used to do, I'll tell you something, I'll lie to you. I had the white one, right? I used to get the speed. I used to get 1. And when proper speed, it's like, firelighters. It's like that when it comes from Holland. So I got it. And I got this sandwich cutter machine. It was only like that long. And it was like a red hot wire. And what you done is you push the wire and you could push it like that and it would vacuum the bag. It used to vacuum. It was for sandwiches. It'd suck all the air out and the bag would suck all the air in and then it was vac packed. So I was getting little badges like from Holland, like it's coming straight from Holland, no kilos. Wasn't I was fucking making the cunt. So I was putting it in there and I said, look, it's coming straight from Holland. It's got the seals in there from Holland, like from Dutch. And I was getting these little seal things sent over from a lad who was over there, who was a DJ. And I used to make the fucking into the keys. So, and it was just like a sandwich. And it was like the wire went red hot, like a wire like on a guitar. And you pushed it and the wire melted and the plastic would melt together. So you do that twice. You think, well, I haven't touched it. It's come straight from Holland. People think, well, you can't touch it. It's still wrapped in the package with the Dutch badges on. Fucking class, the money I made off that. Fucking class. And what they used to do, they used to give us they used to do that with that. But you used to put a thing called lactose in it, and it was lactose was what you put in the beer to make beer. So it used to be white, so you put lactose in it and mix it just for that. But you didn't put any glucose in it. That was for speed. So the lactose, we used to get it from the beer shop in that red cart on the seafront. We used to sell beer then. Used to make beer, to ferment the beer, and we used to put the lactose in with it for making beer with, and we used to make a fortune off it. But then people started putting all sorts of like baby numb in it. It numbs all your mouth and doing that, and then they were putting Novocaine in it. It numbs all your mouth and get you off your head. They haven't got a clue when they get these daft kids going, oh, I've got power coke. All they've got is speed with a bit of fucking baby numb that numbs out the gut. Like that with the gums. And the mouth's numbed because it's baby numb, numbs the baby's gums or dog's gums when the babies are teething. And then all you do is put a bit of speed in it and mix it. And if you see there's all different types. There's cocaine, Novocaine's about £100 an ounce. But I was getting it for £100 a key. So I was just putting like say 3 or 4 ounces in, and yet that was still pure gear. And I was putting 2 ounces of pure coke in, and I was putting a bit of fucking baby numb and stuff in, and it was speed, and they were it's fucking marvelous, all night and everything, but they didn't have a clue because they were a new generation. We only know a Cosworth because we fucking drove them. So that's what it was. So you've got to trick the mind, let them think they're getting great stuff. So what I used to do is, when I was getting the speed, it was like firelighter stuff. Didn't realise me, did I? Thick cunt. So I used to get 3 off him, and 3 would make. I'd get 1 off him, and I could make 4 key out of 1. So I'd put 3 ounces of mix. I'd have to put 1 ounce of glucose and 2 ounces of lactose, and the gear itself. So that was 4. So I was getting 4, and they were costing me 3,500 quid for them, right? I was selling them for 32, 35, and 36. So what I was doing, I was getting them, and I was getting the the pink champagne. And people thought, oh yeah, the pink champagne's marvellous. Well, I can't. I'm not being funny, but you're gonna have to pay 300 quid, 400 quid more for that. I don't care if it's 500 quid more. So I thought, yeah, fucking put 500 quid. So instead of 2.5 grand for the white one, I could get you the pink one for 3 grand. I could get you 2 for like 28 each. Oh yeah, I'll have 2 of them. So I was making that. My fucking money was unbelievable. And the problem was, I used to hate cutting money. I used to get family members to do it. Couldn't trust people. And when you're doing it, you count and you get a 10,000. You think, oh, for fuck's sake! So you have to put them in thousands. The 5s in say 500s, and the 10s in 1,000, and the 20s in like 2,000. And you have to put them in the plastic bands, but you've got to have rubber gloves on. Everything's a fucking nightmare. It's hard work, and your hands were fucking filthy doing this. And it would take you, if you were doing like £1 million, it would take you like a week to count it. Fucking drive you on the bend. So if you got raided and you got caught with £1 million, you had the fucking massive firm down London, and you would get killed if you didn't get it back. It was a fucking nightmare sometimes, but I never lost. I always won. I only got 150 grand took off me. I got it back with my mate. I got 30 grand took off me, and I got 40 grand, and I got 150. But I borrowed it off my mate, and he come in, give me the check. I put it in the bank, then I took it out of the bank, like in bits. When I got caught with the money, obviously it was buying gear. Cops took it off me. Can you prove where you got this from? Of course I can. So I got my mate Jeff to come in. He showed his bank details and his credentials, the money, and I paid him 30 grand back, 30 weeks or something. Buying and selling cars. I said they couldn't do fuck all. And I said I won 20 grand at the race course. And he said, can you prove it? Yeah, but there's the stubs. There's the ticket stubs, and here's the mate. And here I am stood with photographs of me with the horses who won the races and stuff. So they were fucked. They couldn't take their cloth, couldn't win. Now they get you for anything. Yeah, so we used to I used to get the pink champagne. What the pink champagne was, it was just there. You get a cake. You get cakes and you bake them. You can get ones you can turn them blue or green. But women do it with the hair. They put like blonde, the pink on their hair, and they'll dye their hair. Full colour, it was £2.25 for the full colour. And I was charging them fucking 3 grand for the stuff. What was only standing me at fucking pennies in the end. I was making fortunes off it. I was selling to people in Bradford. I was working with people in York. York people are brilliant, fucking marvellous. Bridlington I was working with. I was working with Sunderland, Newcastle, Durham, Hartlepool, Lingdale, Loftus, all over Middlesbrough, all over Teesside, Billingham, Wingate, fucking Newcastle, right up past Sunderland way, Northumbria, Northallerton. I had every fucking way, all over the place. I was fucking the biggest dealer in the North East. That's what the cops said. He's the biggest fucking drug dealer in the North East. They couldn't prove nothing. Couldn't prove a thing. They're going to catch you with it. And the great thing is how I could sell so much. I had all the raves boxed up. I had all the clubs. And when you've got the clubs, you've got the place where they go in and pay the money. They pay £10 at the door on a Friday. 2,000 people. 10 times 2,000 people. £20,000, isn't it? On the door, just in one night. And then Friday night, it's £15 a night. So you get like fucking 30 grand for 2,000 people. Phenomenal fucking money it was. But you can't do nothing with it now because you've got to prove every fucking thing now. It's a fucking nightmare. That's why I packed it in. Are you alright, Kevin's son? Are you alright, brother? Kevin G's a good lad. I knew he'd be a good lad. That's why I kept texting him to come on. Loads of nice people, and you get them on, you get fucking arseholes. I knew Kevin got one of them faces, he's a nice bloke. I could tell that. I use one now, mate, a back seal. Yeah, used to get them at the Teesside Park for sandwiches. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I did a debt for him. He was a solicitor he got him with a naughty fucking firm, Irish firm, really naughty fucking lads. And he owed them £180,000. But it went tits up with the cigarettes. It was a cigarette deal. Anyway, he had to pay the debt back. And I got the debt down from 180 down to fucking, I think it was 50 grand. They were happy with 50 grand because that's all they really lost. So he ended up paying me a lump of money. I went, I'll go half on you, so he gave me half the money, what he got. And he used to give me 5 grand a month for so many months. And I went in his shop. He had a shop, lovely lad, just near Parliament Road. No, not Parliament, Winthrop Road on the corner, and the corner. And she was making sandwiches. So one day she was in there and she had this thing. It was like a tube into it. It was like a long thing like that, about that long, about that thick. Put it on there, and then you push this thing and sucked all the stuff out, and then you push the thing down. You plugged in the wall, you pushed the wire down, and the wire went shoom and went through the plastic, but the plastic had stuck together. It was red hot wire, like a wire off a piano type of thing. And I used it, and I used to say I'm getting gear, and I used to get the ease over from Holland. I'd have them sealed in the bag, saying, look, I haven't touched them. I fucking took them out and put new ones in. And it was a cunt, this is a beauty, this one. So they used to have these fucking tablets, they were like biscuits, they were called. And the Bob Martin tablets were the exact same fucking size and the exact same shape. Oh, fuck this. 200 in every 1,000. I was giving them to them. The first few you give me were great, but these other ones, I said, yeah, but you haven't got any worms, have you? They were worming tablets for Bob Martin tablets. They were Emma used to sell them for me. They were little fucking tablets. They were identical them biscuits with the Scousers made. They were smacky biscuits. I only took half one. They were horrible. So I said, they're the fucking exact same. £1.50 for like 100 tablets or something like that. So I was putting 100 in 500, and I was putting 200 in 1,000. So out of 1,000 people, 200 people probably buy 2. So there were chances of losing. So they come out, oh, it wasn't that good. Yeah, you're not worm. You haven't got any worms, have you? And then I got another one who was a cheeky cunt. He went, I remember the IRA, so I phoned the lad who I knew. He said, he's full of fucking shit. He said, he should be using our name. So anyway, I went, oh, I can do a deal. He said, so me and my mate Flea, we decided to have the cunt. He was a fucking massive big body, but he competed. He used to go to the gym where we trained, and he thought he was a fighter. So, fucking nightmare. We had to go and I said, we'll just get aspirins and fucking paracetamol. So we went out. We didn't realise you're only allowed to buy fucking 2 boxes. What a fucking nightmare. Full fucking weekend getting tablets everywhere. Going to the Tesco's, going to the fucking this one, you want to eat all the VR, all of the stocks, all that. Fucking hell. It must have cost us about £200 in fuel. Driving about all over a Porsche 928, 5 litre Porsche. Not the 50, it was there, 150 mile an hour car. It was a nice car. Flip up lights, kept killing. He said, what the fuck you been doing, Brian? Robbing banks. So I'm getting these. He wanted 2,000. He was paying six grand. No, he was paying, six grand for 1,000. I said, I'll get you for 4.5. So I went 9 grand for 2,000. So I put them in a bag. And what I done is I got a bag with, I just got normal sellotape so you could still see there were white tablets. I put them in 2 thick bags and I put them in. I took them where there were cameras where I said, look, we're going to the gym here, but there's cameras. I said, have you got the money? He said, yeah, it's in the bag there. So we were in the back of the boat. I got the 9 grand, put it in in the boat. And he said, there's a tablet. I said, do you want to get it open now too? No, he said, so. And I put a bit of diesel on them. I said, sorry, this stink a bit. I've had them in the diesel truck, so I put them in the cloth. So the dogs can't smell them and things like that. I said they came from Afghanistan through that way to here. So he's over the fucking mountain, so I'll give him anyway. He phoned me up about fucking 6 hours later. I was on a plane going to Kos for 3 weeks. And I left the money in the house where I took about 2 grand with it. I was on the plane. And he went, do you know them things you got me? He said, I've took 2. He said, they're not working. I said, have you got a bad head? No, my head's all right. I said, well, they must be working because they're aspirin, you daft cunt. I said, that's what you get for trying to be a clever cunt, because he was using other people's names and they told me to touch him. Because they were doing the game, but he was using their name. And they said, just touch him. So I said, what do you want off us? They didn't want nothing. They just said, if we need that, we'll give you a shout. Then I got another one, me and Liam Henry. You know Liam, Steve Mack. So me and Liam, this lad, Afghan, he was selling China white heroin, fucking hate the stuff. So he was selling it in Leo, they called him. He was selling it in Middlesbrough. So he got touched by these articles, that lads for about 80 grand. I couldn't get the money. They conned me, I tell you the truth, they were that good, they conned me. They were like close family members nearly. Like they've been known them since kids, but they did rip him off. So he wanted the gear, so I worked out it was 22 grand a key. I said, well, I need 22 grand. He said, well, I haven't got that. I said, well, how much have you got? He said, well, I've got, what did he say to me? 17 grand. Yeah, 17 grand. So I said, right, you'll get the 17 grand, I'll give you. I said, well, late on you, but you're going to have to pay me the same day, the 17 grand, but the other money, just pay me that when you sell it. Well, I can do that, no problem. So we had another lad who was a Muslim lad, who was a taxi driver, and we used to use him, and he lived next door to Liam. So we said, well, I'll give you a grant. So there's 8 grand to me, 8 grand to Liam, and a grant to the lad for taking it. So the lad, we put it, well, what I used to do, I always used to put my stuff in like a snooker ball bag, because there's no fingerprints on that. Carry bags, fingerprints, no good. So I put it on in there, and I put the what I done is I went and bought a bag of Tate and Lyle sugar. So I got a black bag. What are you doing, Liam? He said, you're fucking clever, yo. So I got the diesel again, sprinkled it a bit, made it a bit damp, smelly, and I put the plastic bag, like a bin bag it was, put it in that, and I wrapped it with tons and tons of sellotape, so it was like a fucking brick. And then I stunk a diesel, and I've done the same, and then put it in a cloth. So we put it in the cloth and put it in the snooker bag. So if that lad got pulled, he said, well, I've just given 2 lads a lift. He said, I don't know, I've just 2 minutes ago. I was never greedy. Giving somebody £1,000 just to drop the bag off. Yeah, but we were making 8 grand. I was never greedy. So when we got there, he said, oh, tell Brad, thanks, it looks marvellous, it's brilliant, I'll get it home. So the taxi driver shaking himself, taking it. It's a bag of fucking Tate and Lyle sugar. He's given it to this fucking Afghan from Afghanistan. And he's got it. So he phones me up and he says to me, we're on the phone, the loudspeaker. I went, shh. He said, what do you want? Me, Brian. What the fuck's this, Brian? I said, it's Tate and Lyle. Have 2 lumps on me. Well, you can't do that to me. I said, fucking can. I said, I don't think any cunt selling that shit in my area. No, fuck off. I haven't got out of jail. I've only been out of jail for a bit. I can't stand the stuff. I fucking hate it. So to me, I thought to myself, well, I've just took a kilo of heroin off the street. Even though I never had the heroin, I didn't sell him nothing. I sold him a bag of sugar. He couldn't even say, I'm going to get this one. I said, get Bin Laden if you want, you silly cunt. I'll wipe him out as well, you silly cunt. I didn't give a fuck, honestly, I didn't give a fuck. So the cops come for me one day, right? They went, it was sad, this. It was really sad. A lad got battered. They went into his house, these young lads, and they bought a grand off a loan shark. But they fell a massive family. I can't mention the family. So he lent them £1,000. So they come back and paid him over weeks. And when they came back, they seen him through the window. It was a late night at Christmas. And they seen him put up the chimney, old-fashioned, like a street house, terrace house. So they've come back and pinched £20,000. So they contacted me, Buster contacted. He said, these lads have stole some money about 6 weeks ago, 20 grand. He said, could you get it back? I said, to the smackers. He went, yeah, and the heroin addicts. And then we're on the crack. I went, no good now, you're not going to get that. No, I've gone 6 weeks down there. You do a fucking couple of houses in a couple of days, man. I said, gone. So anyway, I never did now. So anyway, the people who knew me, the big, massive family in Middlesbrough, massive, they used my fucking name. They said, it's Brian Cockerill. If you don't come and meet me, I'm going to kidnap you in front of your wife and kids. I'm going to give you a good hiding. So the man went to meet them. They put him in the back of a van, took him to Redcar, kicked the shit out of him, and left him in a van. The man was at the van and was on the Redcar beach. They only got the wrong fucking bloke. The wrong one, he didn't do it. Anyway, they fucking battered him. And the police found him in the van, poor cunt. And he died of his injuries. And the fucking, the poor man died the next day. He had a daughter. I felt fucking terrible. Yeah, but it's not your fault, the cops. So the cops come and said, look, we have a word with the murder squad. I went, it was me. It was me. I done that. He said, are you admitting to it? He said, yeah, I did it. He said, what are you on about? I said, Bin Laden murdered. Bin Laden had been killed 3 days ago. I won the £250 million. There was a £250 million reward. It's one murder I will admit to. I'm responsible for the Bin Laden murder. And we just started laughing on the doorstep. They're coming and told me that, and I felt awful. I felt no, dead tearful. I said, I'll give him a fucking bat when I see him. He said, oh no, you don't have to do that. The cop said, just give us a statement and we'll get them jail. I went, fuck off. What am I going to give you a statement? Why would I want to give you a statement to one of my friends who's made a mistake, being stupid? What will that get me? Cut my grass and cunt. Yeah, but you get revenge. What revenge? There's no revenge. What are you going on about? Please do not try. He was a 24-year-old. Please do not try to outwit me because you haven't got the fucking brains. Please don't try to fucking put me on a guilt trip for something I've never done. So anyway, yeah, I fucking admitted to the big lads in one. Then we're in again for another one. So me and a lad from Cockerill, Bam Bam's brother, kidnapped this lad, took him, battered him with a baseball bat, put him in a big machine what you put wood in, and you've left him in there. I said, let me just tell you now, you wouldn't have told me what implement I killed him with. You wouldn't tell me how many times he'd been killed. You wouldn't tell me how he was killed. And you wouldn't give me any. What you're doing is a fishing expedition. You're trying to get me to slip up or something. I have nothing to do with the murder. You know I've got nothing to do with it. You're just trying to catch me out. But you don't want to catch me out because they can't catch me out if I haven't done it. The lad still to this day has never found the murderers to him. But it was nothing to do with me. But they've had me in, like I say, for about 7 different ones. They've had me in one on Leicester, who worked on the door with me. I said, I only worked on the door with him. I never even fucking spun. And I only worked in his club. He lived in Leicester. I never met him. I said, I worked on the door for about 6 months. So we just do it anyway. Did it with a great one. Never interviewed me. But they interviewed anyone who was connected with people. They interviewed them all just to see if they can get out. So they've had me in that many times. Then I was in Wheelston, and there was a gang of lads saying they were going to shoot me from Mark Sayers who was getting the blame, and another lad from Kappa from Redcar. So they were going to shoot me and this, that, and the other. And I was supposed to get out the certain day, and Chino come to see me, and he gave me 50 quid on the visit. And I cheeked it in my ass like that. Anyway, I fucking went to the toilet, forgot all about it, and fucking lost it because I had a few drinks. Anyway, fucking the lad was the room they were going to shoot me. So I got out a week after. So he got out the same night. He was supposed to come looking for me with a gun. They were in the blues looking for me. They said, the lads had at Ramsey, them told me, said they'd been in with guns looking for you. And then what happened is they went for someone else the next week. And I was in jail. It was a Friday night. And Chino come to see me on the Saturday. He was shaking me hand. No, Friday come to see me. He shook my hand. And he went, give me a cuddle and that. Great lad he was. And he went. So this lad who was supposed to go to shoot me the week before, and then he went out again the next week. He got shot dead. They went in his house with a shotgun and blew him in half with a shotgun and killed his dog in Dormanstown. I never knew the kid, only ever met him a few times. So they tried to blame me for that. So they tried to give me a gate arrest. But I got out 3 days early because I had, you get nicked if you're in the cells 2 hours or more. It costs us a day in jail. So I got out 3 days early. So when they come, somebody told me with one of the screws, who I knew, one of the lads in there said, they've come in the bride today because you know what screws I did. You don't have to give them a fucking couple of quid and they'll tell you out. I got a fucking I pulled for that as well. I was fucking sick of them. I said, how many fucking lawyers are you fucking around the bend? But that daft cunt, I've never on my dad's grave, I'll do any lie detector. I told the Viv Graham family, I'll go on any lie detector. I've never, ever mentioned Viv Graham's murder. I've talked about the people because we were in the rave when he got killed. It was sad. He was a nice lad. He wasn't a bad lad. And he was supposed to have a fight with me and never come off. And then he said, tell Brad I'd rather shake his hand. And then his mate, Robbie Armstrong, said, he just wants to get on with you, Brad. He said, I've told him you and him will get on like a house on fire. So imagine you two teaming up. It'd be fucking awesome. And that was really a couple of things said, but other people for over 30 years make fucking shit stories up. But yeah, don't forget, hit the like buttons, guys. 51 on, 61 people still watching. Fucking phenomenal. But these fucking idiots couldn't walk in my shoes, couldn't put my shoes on. I've done it I did it for 30 odd years. I've been attacked, I've been hit with bars, I've been hit with this, I've been hit with that. And that daft cunt's going, all the fights are made up, he makes them up, they're all pretend. If they're all pretend, why does everyone talk about all the T-side, like Steve Mack and like fucking Bam Bam and BJ and all them and the Travellers and the Gypsies and this ones and the people from Doncaster and Manchester, the people in London I work with, the people in Liverpool, the people in Newcastle that work with Sunderland and worked on the doors all over. You don't get a reputation like that for making stories up because people say that's lies, that's lies. Like we worked the doors in Stockton, it was chaos every fucking night. Nearly there was more people. They'll tell you. It was Bam Bam used to tell him. There was more people getting shot them days. There was now. Nobody gets shot now. Nobody gets shot now. There's people getting shot every day of the week. They said the worst violence was when Cockerill got out in 1991 to 1995 was the worst violence on the streets of Teesside. They even had a car, they even had a picture of me stood as if I was Al Capone. They had a picture in the Gazette as Al Capone saying, "The tax man cometh, all you dodgy dealers beware. He drives around his high Sierra Cosworth in Ingleby Barwick, and you just can't stop him, the police can't stop him." He said, "So you drug dealers, watch, the tax man's coming for you." There's no other caption. It was like every other day I was in the paper, something got done for two shootings at a Blue Monkey. The third one I never got pulled in for. Got pulled in for that. It was on the local news, it was on the telly, it was on everything. Brian Cockerill, 27-year-old powerlifter, has been arrested today for the shootings at the Blue Monkey. It was Coliseum in them days. The Coliseum nightclub, I got pulled in for that. Got off for that again. So, yeah, I've been that many times over the years for shootings. I never got caught. You have to get caught. And when I was pulled in a nightclub, when I pulled the gun out on someone who went to shoot him, the gun jammed because they had it behind the wall in a radiator. So when I recocked it was a 9mm Browning. It kicked out the bullet and flew in the air and it hit the floor and it went down the steel stairs. They found it in the pub. Speedy gave his missus, she put it down the front chain and got out of the pub and got it away. So it never could prove. It was always alleged. That was the night when Henry Watt was fighting. The travellers come in with me from Leeds where I went in, I bashed. Steve knows them all. All the Nivens I bashed in there and the fucking all the not Nivens Les Nivens and all them. I battered him and threw them off the roof. Pacho Stanley and all them and fucking all them. I battered all them. Threw them off the top of the roof and fucking Birches, me and Speedy, fucking beat Speedy. He used to work with like sticks up there. They used to have wax jackets on. They batter people with sticks. They were horrible cunts. About 6 of them. Pat Joe standing all them. I fucking tortured them. They made them jump off the roof. And then the cops pulled me in for that because we were outside the door. And they took us in and said, "Did you get them?" He said, "Because them fucking lot from Groveville smashed all my house up." This was a little fat copper Spectre. So obviously the case he was in recorded me. I said, "No, I never." And he said, "Did you batter them and throw them off the roof? Is it true? Put a gun to them all that?" I went, "No." I said, "I never touched him." He went, "That'll do for me." And so he was all right. He was all right with us. But I chased him out of the town then. When we chased him up, I chased him out of fucking Teesside. Never come back that lad. The other one wasn't so bad. His other brother. I chased him. I went to fucking me, Speedy, and Smalley. I jumped out with Smalley. Smalley's uncle had beat up, nearly killed him. I jumped out of the car and I was running through Groveville's one side. I went through where the church is, where Popsy's is. And they were saying, "Oh, Brian, he's on there." Because he was doing videos. He used to sell videos. He's ran around there and we were all talking. Basil's mum was on the corner. She went, Basil, man. I just run around there, shitting himself. He said he'd been telling everyone Brian Crott was looking for me. He went missing for fucking ages, him. I was Brian Lappet, Lord Freedom. Peter Fury. What's that? I've lost it. Peter Funny, that. I thought he said Peter Fury. Shows you on my eyes. Freedom's still there. Freedom. Got to be free. I've been in that many gun battles and shootings and fucking shit, mate. Honestly, it's fucking mistake the fucking Wild West. He'll tell you Speed Mac, he knows those stories. Bam Bam knocked her out with me for fucking 30 years doing it. I was number 1 target and Bam Bam was number 2 and Speedy was number 3. That was the ratio they were after us. Because in 1995, after the shooting with the Essex boys, they brought out a new thing, a task force for different areas. They already had the regional crime squad, national crime squad, and they'd already been pulled in by MI5 for under a terrorism act because gelignite had been found in plastic explosives somewhere near where I lived. And then they were saying this is getting fucking ridiculous now. So no detonators to blow up this. They bred the detonators. You can't. Plastic explosive, you can shoot it, burn it, it won't work. You need a special detonator to detonate it. And that was what was found. So I'm saying it's getting ridiculous now. 4 murders in Middlesbrough in the last week. Yep, that's right. No, they all thought it was me who got killed last week. Called him Brian. They ran into a lad. What happened is they went to a house, tried to burgle somebody's house apparently. They went, "Get up my fucking house." And he went, "I'll get my dad." So he's went phoned his dad. His dad's coming around. He's come up the pavement, ran a bloke over, killed him stone dead. ripped it, drove me all down the road underneath under the white van, and then come back and then try to kill someone else. They've ran somebody called Kelly. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. That broke 10 of her ribs, and the other one he was, and then they've come back off the pavement and come back on again and ran another one over and broke. I think it's a girl. She's going to lose her liver. 10 broken ribs, and the other one had his tibia and fibula completely snapped in half. So they've been up for 3 attempted murders, them. But one of them's died, so they're up for murder now. So they'll get fucking 25 years. But ask them. See, when you do it one, not so bad. But when you're going back and forth and 3 times, that's multiple murder, completely. Yeah, you've got to fight. Yeah, you've got to fight. And the thing is, if anyone's lost a loved one, well, I lost my dad on the 28th of December. Well, before that, and it's horrible. I lost my brother when he hanged himself, which was fucking horrendous because he was only 38-year-old. All them years we were putting him down saying, "What are you fucking doing that smack and going mad with him?" He'd been raped as a kid when he was 5. He'd been raped in Medmensley as well. He'd been raped by a family member, or somebody in our family, like not the member, but like somebody who was like a friend of the family raped him. And he hanged himself when he was 38-year-old. And that's why I hate paedophiles. I say to the Lord Jesus Christ, I can forgive a murderer. I can't forgive them paedophiles. I just can't. And if I ever thought like one of them, I'd shoot myself in the fucking head. Laughing at it. That's why I went mental with that fucking scruffy cunt author. He was going, laughing at young but kids being raped. I was like, are you fucking right in the end? You fucking sick fuck. He went, I only watch pornos if it's got one-legged dwarfs having sex with one-legged women or dogs. Like, he's not right in the fucking head. And that was in the can for Tony Granger, our church leader, and Maniok, me and Bobby there, man. And we're like, you're not right in the head, you are fucking sick in the head, you. Definitely sick. And the kids who burnt my house down, I know for a fact that one of the Middlesbrough got battered to fuck because the lad's bike who was up near Grove Hill way got him and he kicked him all over Middlesbrough. He was 16-year-old, that kid. And the other one from believe I know exactly where he lives, I know his full family and everything. I found within 20 minutes I knew who they were. We were talking about in the bingo. They thought, your son's only fucking firebombed Brian Cockerill's house. And all over the bingo, old women talking. It was all over the pubs and everything in a couple of hours. So we had the phone where he's texting Scuffy cunt tinfoil. What do you want us to do? And he sent him back what to do with the house. And that phone, we've got the screenshots of the phone, the message and everything. We got them. The cops couldn't do that about them. And we give it the cops. They went, oh, we can't do it now. Can't do now. But I say to someone, if you come to my house to rape my wife or my dog, or kill my brother or kill my dogs, I'll fight fire with fire, even if I have to kill you on the doorstep. How the fuck's that a threat? That's me telling you if you come. So if anyone else said that, you wouldn't get done. It's only me getting done because I'm me. So if I said, like, I'm coming to your house tomorrow, I'm going to kill you, I could understand that. But I said, if isn't a word. And then when I spoke to them people down London the other day, I thought I'd tell you, proper firm that do that, they do the specialists in the release under investigation. Yeah. So the RUI is called. So they've said you can be on it for 3, 4, 5 years. But she said what it is, if you were in a wheelchair and you knew you're in a wheelchair, he knew you couldn't do nothing to you. And he said the other thing is if he was frightened, I never thought this is how clever these solicitors are. I am clever at working things out, but she pointed to me, she went, well, if he was frightened, why is he still goading you? Why is he still sending messages? And why is he still he's trying to get you locked up, she said. We know that. She said, but if he was frightened, if he's been put in a safe house to be put away, why the police letting him still contact you when really he's not allowed to contact you because exactly what I said, it's an ongoing inquiry, so he's interfering with witnesses. I'm still classed as a witness because I'm going to put my statement in yet. I'm not going to just fucking sit there like a dodo. I mean, if you went out tomorrow, it was like Tom, Dick and Harry, Tom and Dick had a fight with someone and killed someone, Dick isn't going to grass them up. Tom and Dick have a fight and kill someone. Harry's not going to go out. He's not.